Here we are once again. It's another live stream. As we're riding it on out, we've done two of these three games yesterday. I got a little tied up in some things, and I wasn't able to make it on here and do the second game, which ended up extending it to a third game. So now we can make up for missing yesterday's game with this third and final game in the College Softball World Series. We will go to it live in just a second, and we will allow the actual announcers to take over unless y'all prefer me put them on mute, and I will talk and answer your comments as the game goes along. During commercial, we will mute the commercials because if you don't, it will demonetize the video. We already got one guy in here. Eric Taco Marino is the first batter up, and he also has his badge. He's deputized. Eric is in the house. Now we got to get a few more people in here. Get the outlaw posse gathered up for us, Eric. And let's get this party started. I will bring, like I said just now, I will bring the game up in just a second. We're going to allow some people to filter in. Killer Breeze may or may not be here tonight. It is a Friday night, so, a lot of people are maybe not interested in watching softball. So, but those of you that are interested in watching softball, whether it be Oklahoma Sooner fans wanting to see Texas lose, or whether it's the Texas Longhorns coming in here wanting to see their team win their first national championship, as well as the Texas Tech Red Raiders who are trying to wreck them. And it would be their first national championship as well. Let's go ahead and see if the game has started yet. No, we are still in commercial. So when that game kicks off, tips off, whatever. What do they call it in softball? No, it's a tip-off in basketball. It's a kickoff in football. So what is it in softball and baseball? Y'all drop it in the comment section and let me know. Educate us, because you are the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. Y'all put us in the know. That's the bottom line. Without the common Joes and Sallies in the know, we don't know shit. All those media talking heads never really know. Well, of course, they get a scoop and get an inside story with an actual celebrity, but lots of times it's a common Joe that puts them in the know. Before we bring the game up and go to the announcers of the game, y'all give me your predictions in the comments section. And I was going to give away something in the first game, but nobody called the right team. A lot of people called Texas Tech to win for whatever reason. Well, there were a few Longhorn fans that called it, but they weren't close enough to win any kind of prize package of any sort. But you drop your comments in here, give me your prediction on the game, and tell me who's going to win and by what score, and I'll try to maybe draw your name out of a hat or something and give away something. Maybe that outlaw of college football mug up there. But anyway, let's check back on the game again. I wasn't really a big softball fan until here recently. Done a little research on it. Softball began awarding national championships, recognized national titles in 1982. So it's compared to other sports, it's not as old, but the excitement is garnering and the way it's becoming more mainstream is very impressive for softball. Still in a commercial. When this goes to live, we will go to it live, and y'all won't have to hear me running my mouth just during commercials, because I'm not going to allow the commercials to get us demonetized on this video. So y'all drop it in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Who's going to win this game? Is it going to be Texas with their first national title, the Texas Longhorns, or will it be the Texas Tech Red Raiders? And so the announcers are coming in now. So I will go ahead and bring this up for y'all and go ahead and get it started. But before I do that, I'll give a few more minutes for people to come up in here. We still ain't got a great influx of people yet. And there it is. As y'all can see, It hasn't begun yet. The announcers are still talking. If y'all would prefer to hear the announcers, drop it in the comment section and let me know if that's the way you want to do it. Got a little something to drink here. So they're going back to commercial. The game will be tipping off, kicking off, whatever off you want to call it. Here in just a few seconds, we will get the game up and going. It will be going live in just a matter of minutes. Once again, drop your comments section in the comment sections. Please drop your predictions to the game, and if you get the closest, or whomever is the closest, if there's a tie, then I'll put your names in a hat and give y'all a little prize of some sort. Maybe a mug, not Wild College football mug, maybe something else. Who knows? We'll see. Hines 57A is in the house. He has his badge. He's deputized as well as Eric Taco Marino, who's here as well. He said he finally got home after a long day of work. Hines 57, Kevin Harris is in the house. Hines 57 also runs a business. So I think he sells speedboats. What is it you exactly sell, Hines? Don't be shy. Don't be bashful. Drop it in the comment section. Get you some free advertisement. Give everybody information. Tell them where they can go buy one of the best boats in Oklahoma from Kevin Harris. Kevin Harris, check Kevin Harris out. Hit him up. He might have some information. He might have a Facebook or he might have an email that you can contact him if you want to get a great deal on any kind of boat from Kevin Harris. Logan Lee is in the house. Boomer Sooner and Roll Tide. Yes, the Crimson Nations are a very rather passionate fan base. I'm an Alabama fan. You're an Oklahoma fan, so we both know. But these two teams, their fans are pretty passionate as well. Both are going for their first national championship tonight, Logan Lee. So who do y'all got? Hines 57, Logan Lee. Give me your prediction. Those of you that are already in here, if you don't mind, smash the like button too as you come in and subscribe to the channel. Those are the two big things, and they're all absolutely free. In other words, subscribe sounds like you're buying something, but you're not. All that does is allow you to get notified when we are up and on the air so you can partake in the party and maybe even, give us hell if you want to. So I'm going to have to go ahead and boot somebody already. Already having to ban and boot, folks. And here's the information for Kevin Harris. Triton by Avalon Tahoe, Vigio, Landau. Plus, we are an express boat dealer as well. Where are the number one Suzuki? I can't even speak tonight. We are the number one Suzuki dealer in Oklahoma. We also service all Yamaha motors as well as Honda dealer. I told you I can't read tonight. Where are you located at, Hines? If you don't mind, tell us your location. And maybe drop your business phone number in here. And that way people can get in touch with you and maybe buy them a boat. Hines 57A says, so they hadn't started yet, right? That was just previews. Hines 57A, who has his badges deputized. As I said before, I got to go with Texas Tech tonight, 3-1. They've won a lot of low-scoring games, has Texas Tech. If it's a low-scoring game, it usually favors Texas Tech, although Texas eked one out in the first game. Logan Young says, I have a Suzuki Alto works. I need parts. Can you help? Already getting you some business here, Kevin. See there? We need to make Kevin Harris and Tri-Time by Avalon Tahoe We need to make them one of our official sponsors. If we can work out a little dilly deal. Right, Kevin? Eric Taco Marino is predicting that Texas Tech will win 4-2. And as I said before, you see these guys with their badges. They've already liked, or hope they've liked already, and subscribed to the channel. Them two already subscribed. They've done all the free stuff. But if you want a little something extra like Eric Taco Marino and Heinz 57, you want to get your badge like they do and get deputized and be an outlaw posse. Also, you'll get a random Four Horsemen shout out on the actual podcast, as well as possibly the comment of the day. And that's only $2.99 a month. That's just 75 cents a week. It's just a half a bottle of water for the outlaw. It'll be a little join button over there by the subscribe button. Hit that, and you will be in the outlaw posse. Logan Young is in Lakeland, Florida. So he's trying to get a little bit of advice from Kevin about fixing his boat. Sometimes you have to hit the refresh button, Eric, on your thing, and it will catch you up on how many people has actually liked it. But those of you that are just filtering in, we haven't started yet, so the numbers will probably start getting bigger as the show goes on, as it does every live stream. We already got 7 or 8 people in here already. And yeah, like Eric Marino said, y'all please hit the like button. Don't take 2 seconds. It's free. And then hit the subscribe button, which is also free. Commercials are about over. I have a feeling we're about to start this thing. We're about to kick it off, tip it off. Anybody in the comment section know what they call it in softball and baseball? Is it a tip off, kick off, bat off? What is it? Is it off? Robert Bacon's in the house. He says, Boomer, we got a lot of Oklahoma people coming in here. I suspect, I could be wrong. I might be accusing y'all and not have proof, but I suspect they're in here to try to pull Texas Tech through. They don't want Texas to get their first national championship. They don't want Texas to succeed the throne of the four-time former defending softball champion, those Oklahoma Sooners. So the game has not started yet, but it will be starting shortly. And when it does, I will bring up the live announcing for the game. As they are now warming up, looks like they're going to pitch Tegan Kavan for Texas. As you know, she came in last night in relief. I don't know why they done that, but they did. And they almost come back and won the game, did the long turds. I mean, my bad. Sorry. That's slip of the tongue. My bad, Texas fans. Longhorns, my bad. I didn't mean to call y'all long turds. Well, just done it again. My apologies. If you're ahead of us in the game, please do not tell us what's happening. That's the whole point of watching live streams, to watch it with us live and not watch your TV.
And Texas Tech both had to go through the defending champs, Oklahoma, to get here.
They both beat Oklahoma. They got to rub that in, don't they?
Their first ever championship finals victories, and now they need one more.
Maybe some of my spaghetti right here on this thing gets warmed up. I want to come over here and get a plate of spaghetti with Outlaw.
Maya Davis to start things off. Noteworthy for the Red Raiders in both games so far in the finals, they have loaded the bases in the first inning, but failed to score. Davis skies that one out to left, and there's Katie Stewart, one down.
Watch a lot of aggressive swinging early from both these teams. When you're facing All-American type pitchers, as a hitter, you want to get early. As you take a look at Jerry Glasgow, what he's done with his Texas Tech program is an understanding. His first World Series appearance, but an understanding of the pitcher that they're going to face and a whole lot of preparation.
Been here as an SEC assistant, now in his first year in Lubbock. And a remarkable job by him and his staff, the leadership of Demi Elder to get this team together quickly with 7 transfers, 6 he brought with him from Louisiana, and 7 freshmen. None better than this one at the plate. And Haley Toney pulls that to the right side. Katie Bennett is there, 2 down.
This is a good start for Tegan Cavan, the 3 lefties at the top. The lefties are the ones for Texas Tech that have been doing the damage. Cavan has yet to give up a base hit to a right-handed hitter of Texas Tech.
2 outs on just 3 pitches for Tegan. And here's Lauren Allred, the first baseman, out of Texarkana, Texas. One of those transfers that was with Glasgow. 1 for 5 so far in the finals. In the postseason, she already has a pair of walk-offs. One of those a home run in the regionals. The other, that sacrifice fly to eliminate Oklahoma in the national semifinals. And now 0-2 from Cavan.
Cavan already establishing the inner half of the plate to the lefties. Immediately using that changeup, drop ball inside to the lefties. We know she's got that great rise ball at the top of the zone. She'll throw that on either corner.
And Allred watches that one go high.
And here's a look at what Tegan Cavan does and how she attacks the zone. It's really 55% upspin, but she can go downstairs. That's something she's worked on really hard the last couple years, and that changeup, 14%, but in any count.
And getting great chase with that here in Oklahoma City.
And here's the difference on what she's done last year to this year. Look at last year, just 4% drop balls. This year, all the way up to over a quarter of her pitches on the downward spin, the downward trajectory. And that's made a big difference, because when you can vertically split that strike zone, it's hard to know where to look.
Plus, her changeup looks
We
like
don't
her
mind
drop.
you just come in
Before,
here,
you could see the changeup
please,
easier
please,
because it's so different from the rise
smash
ball.
that like button.
That changeup
subscribe
down the
button there,
zone,
too. The
similar
most
spin,
important thing
similar
is
look for hitters in the
absolutely
drop.
And a big
help
reason
push
why
this,
these two teams are
party
here
out
is
for a
because
bunch of
these
other
two
folks.
pitchers did not
And
stand on their
keep me in the
laurels.
good graces of
Change,
YouTube and the
adapt,
algorithm.
adjust, add another pitch, add to your velo.
Beth, every year you've got to morph. You've got to do something different. You cannot stay the same.
Allred getting a look at a lot of pitches in this at-bat.
Reckham Tech, says Crystal Lopez, who is finally, Crystal Lopez is back.
Here's the 7th one coming.
Oh, and that's her changeup. That one's coming in at about 59 miles an hour. She needs to drop that down to about 55, 56 at the very most. When that changeup gets too fast, it gets fouled off, it gets struck.
15 strikeouts in her 4 appearances in the World Series. Doesn't rely on that a whole lot. Really good at getting the ground outs and the pop-ups.
Well, and earlier this year in February when they played, Cavan actually had 18 strikeouts against Tech, but this is a very different Tech team. And you're right, Cavan has been much more pitch to contact later in this season.
And Tech's more hit to contact now. They do not strike out very much. You put the ball in play, foul it off. Lauren Allred, by the way, started this count 0-2, and since then she's fouled off 5 pitches, gotten 2 more balls. She's worked the count back in. This is where Texas Tech has changed. Earlier in the year when they had those losses, they had those big strikeouts. Now they create chaos because they put the ball in play.
Let me know. Johnny John.
Very unconventional with how they score. 5 runs in the championship series, only one of them a result of a base hit. In fact, yesterday, in their 4-3 win in Game 2, they scored on a wild pitch, a hit by pitch, a sacrifice fly, and an E3.
I like the other helmet.
And won it
With
by
the
a
double
run.
T's on it, the
It's
black one.
expect the unexpected. That's when you
They
look
stole
at that.
home. I mean, that's just like they stole home.
Exactly.
I mean, straight up stole home against UCLA. That just tells you.
Yeah. That was one of their 4 upsets of a higher seed to keep moving through the tournament. And Allred is going to see a 12th pitch. This is how they've been doing it throughout the course of this World Series. Just 1 home run. That's it.
It's too conventional for him.
That's too easy.
We've been running through stop signs. I mean, it's been a whole lot of chaos for this offense.
Kavan was rolling through the first couple of batters.
I mean, Lauren Allred. That's the drop
Wow.
ball. He's in the changeup, rise ball, everything that Kavan has thrown her. There's not been a swing and miss pitch, and she's wasting something to make Kavan try to make a mistake.
That is now 8 foul balls with 2 strikes here. And we've already had a couple of confabs out there in the circle for Texas. Reese Atwood, the cornerstone catcher of this defensive unit, making sure everybody's on the same page. Pitch number 13 of the at-bat.
And the way that Atwood is tapping her chest, telling Kavan, trust me, trust me. So that was interesting. Oh, and they're going to say a hitter.
Pitch got a butt
So she
on
set up on
base.
the outer half.
there's
It was
two
a
outs.
changeup, and so that's why
Maybe y'all should not.
Reese Atwood was tapping her chest, like, I'm going
By
to
the
set
way,
up
can y'all
outside.
hear me
Trust me, throw the
talking?
changeup back inside. She
Sometimes
ends
the
up hitting
announcers drag me
Allred.
out. Let me know if you can hear my
So she
voice
set up
adequately when
outside,
I'm
but it's a
talking here.
changeup to just go away from her. It just goes off the arm guard.
You are not required to move out of the way if all your appendages are still in the batter's box in women's softball.
You got the shift. 3 infielders on that left side. No one at second base. Jolie Mitchell pulled over. Big, huge hole. Ball. Very unique to do this against a right-handed batter. We see this against lefty slappers when you're trying to cover the 5-6 hole. And Alana Johnson likes to go the other way. So this is a tell of Kavan definitely has to get the ball in.
Ball. Wow. They still go to the outer half. And those are 2 drop balls low in the zone.
Boy, we could be looking back at that Lauren Allred at-bat as a huge game changer so early in the ball game. So twice the catcher goes out to talk to Kavan,
What
and now
the hell?
Patty Ruth Taylor, the pitching coach, is out for a chat.
Yeah, that Lauren Allred at bat, a big difference because of the amount of pitches that she saw. I mean, just comparatively, Davis and Tony, 4 pitches total. 13 for Lauren Allred. Heck of an at bat.
You got a troll that keeps coming in here trying to flood. So I'll delete them.
Steve Singleton, the
Happened last
defensive
night,
coach,
too.
comes out, talks to the infield
Well,
again, and that massive shift.
Thing difference is with my channels, I'm actually sitting here paying attention.
Johnson with that open stance and then a step.
And we go right back to that outer half.
Got to be careful. That hole is so huge. And that is her power zone.
2-1, pulls it to Scott over to first. And they get her to hit it to the left side. Nyjah Kennedy will step into.
And that's the end of the top of the first. Texas holds. And still 0-0. So let's get to some comments here. Kane Reed is in the house. He's got a great channel for video games and whatnot if you like participating in online video games. Kane Reed's channel is pretty good at that. Kane Reed says the Texas Long Turds suck. And yes, might have beaten Oklahoma in the semifinals, but it doesn't mean anything. It just means Texas got lucky, but eventually their luck will run out. We shall see here in about, 5.5 innings? 6.5 innings. We'll find out whether Texas is lucky or not. They're looking for their first national championship. I'm sure Oklahoma fans who are in here do not want to see Texas succeed them as the four-time former defending national champions. They don't want to see Texas succeed them, so they would probably much more rather prefer Texas Tech wreck them. Yeah, you have to watch them, Johnny Johns, man. They come up in here lately, periodically. He'll be back in here again. It happened last night with the same name, something Queen Mexicana. Kept coming in here and doing the same shit, and I just kept beating them. But what they do is lots of times, whoever's running the live stream, maybe this kind of live stream, especially when it's a game, the owner of the channel has stepped away and is not paying attention. And so they take advantage of that shit. But with me, I'm sitting right here, so I usually can see it pretty fast. Now, if they start sending a bunch of them, I might not be able to control it. Because I remember one time they sent like 15 or 20 at the same time from 15 different names. But it's the same name over and over. It makes it easier for me to ban him. Crystal Lopez is in the house again. Once again, no ticks for me tonight. So back in the ATX, watching from home thanks to Outlaw. Wish I would have stayed for game 3. Yeah, might have. Texas Tech ruins Texas's dream. You know, Texas is thinking to themselves, we finally got past Oklahoma. We're finally going to win a national championship. But not to show my age too much, once upon a time the New York Knicks thought that when Michael Jordan retired, thought it was just the title was going to come to them. They did go to the finals, but Akeem Olajuwon and Houston broke their hearts, and a lot of Oklahoma Sooner fans were hoping that Texas Tech does to Texas what the Knicks got done to them by the Houston Rockets. So let's go back to the game.
1 for Tech. And it's Ashton Maloney who will step in first. She and Caden Henry set the table for Scott. They each have a hit in the first 2 games of this championship series. And Ashton is tied with Janae Jefferson for the single season hits record, 92 of them this year.
One of them against Nyjah. She likes the ball in. As a slapper, she really likes to be able to stay inside.
Can y'all hear my
pitch.
voice over the
So they've
announcers?
stayed away. She got her
Johnny
single on
John,
a
can you
rise.
hear me good enough when the announcers are on?
When they were really protecting the lines, the 3-4 hole, the 5-6 hole. Maloney can get it back up the middle. Take a look at the defense, how they're pulled to the edges. Right back up the middle, wide open.
2-1 pitch. Tries to sneak that one by.
Robert
inside.
Bacon says
Fouled
Texas
off by
has the better
Ashton.
team, but Kennedy is special. They said last night a 72
Here's a
mile
look
per
at
hour
Mike
pitch in
White,
softball
leading
is the
Texas
equivalent of a
to their
100 mile
third
per hour
championship
pitch
series
in
in
baseball.
4 years. Knocked out
Did you hear that,
twice
Robert
in
Bacon?
22 and 24 by Oklahoma. And breaking through this year to get back to the finals to face Tech. That's up and away, and Maloney now with a full count.
5 pitches and everything has been away. Yet to try to come even middle in.
Swing and a miss.
Queen,
And
bada, bada,
Ashbury
queen,
Academy
bada,
with
bada,
300
queen, bada, bada,
strikeouts
miss.
on the season will open up the night with another
Remember
one.
that from Little League?
Nyjah using
Swing
all
better, better,
aspects
swing better,
of the
better.
zone, and she's going to go to the outer half. This ball actually slips out of her hand a little bit. You can see the way she's trying to throw a screwball here. It's a little bit lower in the zone. Look at that tumble.
Zip.
That is a screwball. She'll move it up. She'll move it down.
Zip.
This is Kaden Henry. Kennedy ended game 2 with a strikeout of Henry with the tying run at third base in the 7th inning last night.
These have been some defensive struggles.
Half of her outs have been strikeouts over the course of her career. 2 years at Stanford and now 1 year here at Texas Tech. Look, that one pitch might have been a little slippery. So you got a hot and a humid night, Michelle. You're throwing for the 3rd day in a row. What's she up against physically?
Well, absolutely. It's training. I mean, she has trained for this moment, but she's got to stay hydrated. This is a team that has seen her a lot this year, but here she's got the big 3 things. She's got the ability to throw the spots, she's got the speed, and she's got the spin. So those 3 S's are really what make her such a complete pitcher.
1-2 to Henry. Chops that to short. Haley Toney, and not in time to get the speedy Henry. You got no time to waste as an infielder to get that ball over to first. Pronto.
Once it gets to the second hop, that is the single.
Well, and take a look. She's going to move back, Jess. She doesn't go get this. She goes back.
And that's exactly it. If you allow Kaden Henry with her speed to get that hop right there, you got to go get it so fast down that line.
And here's Mia Scott. Homered off of Kennedy in game 2. This her 18th World Series game. Has been a part of the 2 teams that fell short of a title and now trying to bring one home to Austin in her finale.
She's hit everything that Nyjah has thrown to her. The changeup yesterday, the home run was on the rise ball. Now making a slight adjustment. She's moving more on the plate. She's in the very back of the batter's box, but that left foot in that corner, and she'll step really closed, trying to hunt something middle away.
And there's a base hit. Out to right. Runners at first and second. And old Lindemuth had to climb up to grab that errant throw.
I mean, Mia Scott, it's unbelievable. This is an 0-2 count. And she's looking middle of the way. She gets a changeup, but watch her body.
As y'all come in the chat,
her
we're starting to
hands,
get more
always,
people
her
in here,
hands.
almost up to
Figure
30.
out a way to get it done.
Please smash
no
the
one
like
owns
button on
Nyjah
2
Kennedy, but
seconds.
Mia Scott
And
is
then you
pretty
just
darn
jump right
close.
back into the
Now her
chat.
9th hit
And hit
against
the
her.
subscribe button as well. Those 2 things are absolutely free. Please hit those
Tonight
for
it's
me.
the early threat for Texas. Wow. Reese Atwood, the number 4 hitter, the best slugger in school history, has been struggling mightily here at the World Series.
That's not going to get called
attempted
again.
a bunt.
That's not going to get called again. You can't bunt Reese Atwood in this situation with 1 out. No way.
I wonder if she's trying to pull the corners in.
Atwood drives one out to left. Henry headed for the plate, and the throw in hits Toney on the backside and allows Texas base runners to advance.
And that's the bat we talked about. Reese Atwood, she is
Kennedy might be
number
a
4
little
hitter.
bit
She
tired.
has
This
the
will be the
ability
3rd day
to
in a row
change a
that
game
she's
with
pitched.
1 swing of the and she does it here. She gets a pitch on the inner half, a screwball that's coming in with a little bit of up on it, and she just peppers that.
Looks a lot like the intentional walk pitch that she got 2 games ago. Peppered it through that 5-6 hole. And Haley Toney, not even looking, it hits her in the back.
Golly. That's some crazy shit.
So
Gilbreeze
and then an
is on
E7
vacation. He
on
went
the
to
advance of
Italy.
the runners. And Katie
Or so he
Stewart can
says.
bust this
You
thing open
never
early.
know, Gilbreeze. Man.
What a moment, though, for Reese Atwood.
Don't tell him where that guy's at.
She had the worst batting
yeah,
average
he's
in the
on
lineup at the
vacation.
World Series prior to
That's
that.
why he's not joining
And now
us tonight.
2 hits, and both of them have been timely to drive in runs.
If you've got an old roof that you've been
Speak-
thinking about replacing or you know it needs to be replaced soon, Roofing
Works
World is
from
one of the
YouTube.
top.
Trying to get through this challenge. First run allowed in a first inning
Oh my goodness.
in 2 months. And Stewart sends that one out to right. Scott will
I
score.
think Texas Tech
Runners
might
at the
need to pull
corners
this
for the
down, man. She's been
Longhorns.
picking 3 days in a row now.
And they are tagging
What
Nyjah
say
Reed
you,
early.
Crystal Lopez? What's your assessment of the pitching situation for Texas Tech? 3 days in a row.
It's another
Ain't that a
0-2
little
hit.
taxi?
That is the exclamation point. Nyjah Kennedy, when she gets you 0-2, you hit 50.50. Katie Stewart 0-2 takes a pitch away, left up in the zone, another run for the Longhorns.
And just the last 3 hits have all been while she is ahead, while Nyjah is ahead. You cannot be that close to the zone.
Third time for the Texas hitters to see Kennedy in the last 72 hours. She was dominating the right-handers the first 2 games, and now back-to-back RBI singles for righties to make it 2-love.
And you guys, this is what you get in a game 3 when you've seen a pitcher the 3rd consecutive day. It's going to be advantage hitter. Nyjah's still going to have her stuff. She just has to be less predictable, and she's got to be able to execute those pitches. Hard to do 3 days in a row.
This ain't tennis.
3 hits with 2 strikes in the inning. And Texas may not be done yet. Here's Jolie Mitchell looking for her first hit of the finals. She had 3 home runs in their 3 games prior. And that one will drift into the seats.
And this is a big at-bat for Nyjah. She's got to really get some outs here because head coach Jerry Glasgow told Holly Rowe, we can't afford to give up a lot of runs. 3 max, 4 at the very, very most.
Holly got that from him in our pregame show tonight. In for a strike, and Stewart will take second.
Texas Tech getting rattled, boy. 9:57 says those are the kind of mistakes that killed them the last game.
So now 2 in scoring position.
But they lost, which was the first game.
That's big because that takes away the potential double play for the infield on anything hit hard on the ground.
Another 0-2 count, and this is where Nyjah, you can tell, she's breathing deep. She's really trying to collect herself a little bit more. She was more faster paced early in the inning. She needs the strikeout here. That's what she's going for.
4 straight hits for Texas, and she gets the strikeout there for out number 2.
Well, and that was a really good setup. It was rise ball inside, foul ball, and then curve ball away to pick up that strikeout.
Here's Leanne Good, the 7th to the plate. Had an RBI double in the 7th inning the last time she saw Kennedy. Drills that one deep and gone. Leanne Good. 3-run home run, Texas.
Woo! Somebody's getting their ass whooped, and it ain't Texas. Boom, shaka-laka, boom, boom, shaka-laka, boom. Sunrow Youth Center says it's time to take out the Texas Tech pitcher. I agree. I was saying that before that shit happened. And so will you.
Good's 4th home run of the NCAA tournament.
10th of the season, the junior, and this is just understanding
Texas
where you're going to be
Tech
pitched. Her
gotta
front
pull.
foot stays
They're
open,
seeing
so she can
everything
get to the
from
rise
Kennedy.
ball that's inside,
Yes,
gets the
9
barrel
to
there,
7.
stays inside out, barely clears. 3 more runs for the Longhorns, but it's been the approach and
Everything
honestly
good
the
at all.
fact that they have seen
5-0
her now so much
Texas
and how
Tech's not
comfortable
really
they
great.
look.
5
It's
runs for
offense.
Texas in the first 2 games
Like
of
Robert
the finals.
Bacon
And now
said.
5 runs in the first inning here in game 3. Pop up, and that will end it. But what a start for the Longhorns.
Like Robert Bacon said, the Red Razorbacks aren't anything special. So them coming back from a 5-run deficit in the first inning, this game may be already over with Texas Tech. But you never say never in college sports, especially softball and baseball. There's no time limit on these games, so you can actually come back unless you get run ruled, which is possible now. Texas could put another 5 runs on the board. They done it in 1 inning. Texas may, in softball, it's only 8. In baseball, it's 10. But if you get to an 8-run lead after the 5th inning, if Texas is up by 8, they will run rule this thing and win the national championship on a run rule, which would be sort of embarrassing for Texas Tech, in my opinion. Crystal Lopez says, you leave Kennedy in, but need better pitch calls. This is showing that the pitch coach is complacent with what they did, I guess, from previous games. Texas has identified her patterns. They need to change up the pitch calls. I'm glad you know that stuff because I sure as hell didn't. Good to have Crystal Lopez in here to educate and put the common Joe and common Sally's in the know, even more so than all the media talking heads. Put us in the know even more so, even for us. Right? What's your email address? Just make sure you ain't got no background noise. If I do send you a link, make sure there's no background noise going on. Wherever you decide to get online, make sure you got a lot of quiet going on. Crystal Lopez says it's an uphill battle, but we got to wait to see how Tech responds. It's true. Thunder U Center says, yeah, Texas Tech can't get any runs. It's over for them. Thunder U Center also said it would be embarrassing for OU and Texas Tech. Texas Tech doesn't have any other pitcher. I'm sure they got some. They may not be great, but I'm sure they got some. So let's go back to the game. So send me your email address, Hines, and make sure that you're in a quiet place.
And what a tournament it has been for her, you know, sometimes overshadowed a bit by what Kennedy has been doing and all the attention, but Tegan has
Lane
been
2268 in the house. What's up, Outlaw? What's
and
going on, Lane?
In their head-to-head matchups against Kennedy, including 3 times here in OKC in the last 2 years.
Y'all mind smash the like button and
you see
Nigeria on deck. It's absolutely free. It just helps me.
Will hit second behind Alexa Langoliers.
Help keep the lights on.
Scott, another web gem. Yes, indeed. Nothing has gotten by her here at the World Series. 1 down.
She's touching our ass there.
Mia Scott just has so much talent. The backhand, she gets up, rights herself, rifles the ball across to Jolie Mitchell at first and Kavan. She knows that she needs this defense behind her. Just sharing that love back 24 to Mia Scott.
It's hard to believe she has a torn ACL. I mean, that's unbelievable to me, making the plays that she's making.
Well, we've really seen that young woman blossom. She's become more talkative, more open. This infield, in their own words, has not been very communicative with each other and with their pitcher earlier in the season. They got together and Tegan said, hey, I need you guys. And they have her back, and they're much more vocal about it. You see them all taking a few steps in, little chatter. And she's in front of Nigeria Kennedy 0-2. Kennedy does have home run power at the plate. 3 in the postseason for the junior from Topeka, Kansas. 1 for 14 so far here at the World Series.
Biggest reason, one of the bigger reasons why she definitely wanted to be a part of this Tech team. Besides the $2 million now, is she really wanted to hit. She wanted to swing the bat, and she's done that. Leads this team in home runs.
And the swing and a miss. First strikeout for Kavan, 2 down.
Well, Kavan, we talk a lot about a rise ball or drop ball, but really it's the changeup that's the difference maker. The over-the-top rotation at 55 miles an hour, it just knee buckles you. And then look at the little butterfly kisses between Mia Scott and Kavan. That is just, you know, this team, as you mentioned earlier, Beth, has just really blossomed. They've had some defensive errors here, but you can just tell when they're playing well and they're strong, Kavan's using her defense, they're a completely different team.
And you're right, she's constantly talking to her, and that's a huge difference. The last month of the season.
There's Demi Elder and Kavan in front 0-2. With the exception of the 13 pitch at bat for Lauren Allred, Kavan's been getting out in front and getting after it, and Samantha Lincoln will join Chloe Riasetto out in the bullpen. And the catch for Caden Henry, it's a 1-2-3.
So, go to the bottom of the second. Hopefully they won't give up another 5 runs. Because then the game will be absolutely over then, right? Damn. I hate they blew it out in the first inning already, man. That doesn't make for good viewership. But those of you who are in here now, we're well over 30 now. Smash the like button. It don't take but 2 seconds. It really helps me out. If you don't mind, just smash the like button. And then hit the subscribe button as well. Both those things are free. Subscribing just lets you know when we're up and on the air. And it's absolutely free. So like and subscribe to the channel. Helps keep this thing free for all you common Joes and Sallies in the know. Crystal Lopez says OU has already picked up 2 good pitchers for next year, the portal, and Naja signed another 7-figure deal with Tech. Damn. They're paying that much for softball players now? Damn. I heard they're coming up with a professional softball league, Crystal Lopez. What's the name of the professional softball league that they got going now for the women? And if you're also just jumping in here as well, we're in commercial. We're not allowed to play the commercials. We will be going back to the game live with the actual announcers in just a second. So, yeah, y'all hang out, hang around, hit the like button, and subscribe. Thunder OU Center says OU just got a transfer LSU pitcher. Hines 57's in the house. Something wrong with
Something's wrong with what?
you can hear my voice.
Yes, sir.
I'm saying I can hear my voice. Something's wrong with the background or something.
You hear mine?
No, I can hear my own voice on your end.
Let me see if there's a not. It shows I'm on. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just I was hearing my voice for a second. I can hear my voice. I can hear my own voice on your end. So I don't know what's going on your end over there.
Well, does it bother you to hear your own voice there, Jesse?
Well, it just echoes really loud, and the people in the chat probably don't like it.
I got the old lady pulling up hers right now.
My YouTube's not working.
What are you talking about? Well, her YouTube's not working. Here, we'll pull it up on my other phone here.
It's not even on my deal.
Just hang tight with me, Outlaw. We'll get on here.
All right.
My other phone.
We're going to go back to the game.
Good deal.
Ashton Maloney, a high hopper to short. 2 down.
We've also got left-handed pitcher on 4 straight left-handed batters, so good time to come in for Riasetto.
If you are wondering, by the way, the biggest comeback in World Series Finals history.
I wanted Najee Kennedy
Auburn,
so bad to come to Oklahoma.
down 7 runs, rallied to win Game 2 against Oklahoma in 2016 on the Emily Carasone walk-off grand slam.
Albert
That
Lynn's in the
forced to
house.
Game 3,
He's joined
which
us a
the
few times.
Sooners
He's a
ended up
Longhorn.
winning.
He's a Longhorn fan. He says Texas fight.
Ball.
Henry started that rally in the first with a single, came around to score. Her 15th hit and her 11th run scored in their 10 NCAA tournament games. Off the glove of Linda Muth, and Tony tries to clean it up, but too much speed and a 2-out base
Errors
runner.
killed them.
Second
Texas
infield
Tech, man, they shook.
What was it? First inning last game, they left bases loaded.
They done it in 2 separate games.
This is what Mia noticed after her first at-bat came in to score and telling her teammates Kennedy's pitch was flat.
They lighten that girl up, man. She done pitched 3 days in a row.
Took notice and sent one out.
You know, Colorado, your favorite team, did that with
Got those
Travis
numbers
Hunter,
up here. The spin
overplayed him.
rate is down a lot.
Yeah.
Velocity's still
Positive
there
energy.
for Nyjah, but day 3, you're going to notice a difference, and that's exactly what Mia Scott was verbalizing. It's flat.
He's a big Deion Sanders fan, this outlaw guy.
That's right.
Scott
Oh,
drifting back.
that
towards
one's
the
gone.
track as
Oh,
Davis
man.
That'll stay
You got it.
in the yard.
Ooh.
5-0 Texas. 3-2.
This is
5-0 through 2. I mean, it's not looking good for Texas Tech at all.
No, I wish they'd gotten the runs a little more spread it out, because it ain't good for the viewership when it gets like this. People just stop watching. But yeah.
We'll have to see what happens in the third.
Lane 2268 says hoping that Oklahoma gets Belmont's Maya Johnson. She had a .65 ERA and is outstanding.
I'm sure that's a heck of a pickup, but I cannot believe that Patty Gasso doesn't have 3 more aces in the hole for next year.
You could be right about that. Crystal Lopez, she's pretty knowledgeable about softball. Says Sydney Berzon of LSU and 2 true freshman recruits, both tops in the nation, then recruiting KD Peyton Monticelli. Audrey Lowry, who are true freshmen this year, are projected pitchers. So you're right. It looks like Crystal's saying that y'all are pretty stacked already.
Najee Kennedy, she went into the transfer portal last year, and I can't believe they didn't put the money into her, because she is a top-level player. The only thing I can think of that changed it is maybe a personality difference fit for Oklahoma, because I don't know how you don't get that person in the portal.
Crystal Lopez says there's a utility player from Nebraska that's in the portal that she may like.
What's the name?
I don't know. We have to ask Crystal. You got a name on that
Crystal.
girl?
You got, yeah.
Robert Bacon says that he thinks that con time, Deion Sanders, is good for college football, but the guy's still a clown.
No. You know,
everybody wants to go to the circus and see a clown, I guess.
you were right about his son in the draft. Like I think he tried to blow it on purpose with a lot of the talk to go to the team he wanted, but he definitely led his son down the wrong path going into the NFL.
I think it backfired because Cleveland drafted 2 quarterbacks, man. He was the second guy picked on his own team.
Well,
He
from
wasn't
what I
playing big. He was the second guy on his own team.
yeah, he's going to end up either trying out somewhere as a slot receiver. I don't see him starting or even being a backup right now. However, I will still say the dude has a gun of an arm, and he is pretty ballsy in the pocket.
On ESPNU, she's going to join the crew there.
Almost missed the game.
Ground ball is short.
My bad.
Well, we saw a big comeback last night in game
Damn,
one
Texas
of the
Tech's
NBA
offense
Finals.
sucks.
Does Texas Tech have something
She
in them? That girl,
poked it.
DB.
She didn't even really go.
Save one for
That
us.
was weak shit.
You got people
Matt
leaving
Osterman
already.
going to be on the show as well.
That's right.
Could be a big night for
Wow.
her. She was here at
Wow.
the World Series 3 times.
They look like they're having too much fun over there.
Did anybody ever leave an Oklahoma game early like that?
I have no idea.
Bailey
They did
Lindenberg's
not,
They're
I
looking
can tell
for a
you.
spark. Get something
Unless
going.
they were playing.
It's been tough
Yeah.
sledding against Tegan Kavan. Now 26 innings here
she
at
call
the
that a
World
ball?
Series without allowing an earned run.
Yeah.
Well, she's been steady. You know, earlier in this season, she had some
That was a
control
tight
issues because her mechanics were breaking down.
Linda
Oh, clip that one.
sends
That
Henry
was
back a few
out though.
steps, 2 out.
Late in the season, she's been able to
Okay.
figure
I
some
hate to
things
say
out
it,
with
but
that
this
body,
seems
that
like
upright, not
Texas is
falling out
nice.
to the side, so she's
What's that,
able to
Daddy?
finish
What's
her
that
pitches,
dad
and
sister
I
doing
mean,
like
she's been
this?
stellar here in Oklahoma City.
For the first 7 batters.
She's like, wrap it up.
That's a huge difference.
She's like, wrap it up.
2-1, 3-0.
Game's over. Let's wrap it up. What's she saying?
Now coming right at him.
She'd be your most outstanding player front runner at this juncture. Was on the All-Women's College World Series team here
Texas
last year.
winning a title. I'm glad I got the apple shine.
What's apple shine? What's that?
It's an apple-based
Two
moonshine.
seasons at the World Series
You
for
make that
Tegan.
yourself?
It's not drinking if it was built, if it was done. If you buy it outside the liquor store, it's not drinking.
If only there were basketball people in the house.
Yes.
Help us out with that
I
one.
should find that out. Oh. Caitlin Clark, maybe they'll put up a couple of statues outside of that high school.
That was quick.
In due order for
This
Texas.
is what I love
So the
about
top-
college softball. The size of the field makes it so much quicker, faster, and they're just right there on that cusp of just throwing that person out, making that play. It makes it so exciting to watch. And if the MLB really wants to stick money in something, it's not Major League Baseball for women. It's softball at this upper level.
Yeah, softball is much more upbeat than baseball, for sure.
Oh, way. Like beyond. I can't think of another college sport. Now, I'm sure basketball fans will say, well, basketball. But when you don't see another sport that emphasizes so much on defense, offense, and just the mindset of the game that you do in softball and college football.
That's right. Crystal Lopez says, no one ever left OU championship games early. I was there for all
That's
of
right.
the last 5 years.
That's right. Win, lose, or draw, Sooner fans tend
Hey,
to stick.
my team, Alabama, the ones y'all put out, they should have given us an easier super regional, man, and stick us with Oklahoma. But Alabama won one national championship in softball back in 2012, I think, and they beat Oklahoma for it. So it's like Oklahoma's always there, usually until this year. But
Well, and that's
it had to end sometime.
yeah. Well, the men's baseball team was doing pretty well. I didn't look in to see. I know they won their last game, but I haven't seen if they're still continuing in the tournament. But our baseball program, our gymnastics program, our golf program, our softball program, and our football program are generally up there, minus the last few years of getting Stinky Linky out and resetting the whole game.
Robert Bacon said he likes apple brandy. Since your bracket's gonna-
Well, okay, so my guy says this is what they call apple brandy, but it's just an apple shine, basically. It's an apple based, pure,
So
natural.
Whereabouts in Oklahoma do you live?
I live in an area like Lake Eufaula area. It's one of the biggest lakes in Oklahoma. Of course, there's a ton of trees. It's basically a place they flooded back in the early 1900s, and it's full of catfish, crappie, and bass. It is a bad bass ass place to fish.
Lane 2268 says, by the way, we will have very well regarded pitchers in LSU transfer, but the freshmen are extremely talented, all with sub 1 error, with Elisa Parker at sub 0.5 error, over the 400 hit list, heavy home runs.
Those ERA numbers are great, but they change as you go to a different program because at Oklahoma, I mean, the softball program, I don't think anybody can deny, is one of the best in the country. And it's because of Patty Gasso. And honestly, she's not getting any younger. So I don't know where we go after the next few years.
Run first inning for Texas.
Back to the game.
And
Sorry about that.
Had the
all
first
good.
RBI single. They
You
chased
talk over.
Nigeri Kennedy
I'm
after
I'm telling you,
one.
Kennedy is my favorite
can
pitcher in
return.
softball right now.
If Tech can get
Even
back
though
into
she's
this
having a
thing.
bad day.
The story
Or
right
But like
now
you
is
said,
the
they've
Longhorns,
overplayed her.
7 times they've
I heard
been here
Patty
at the
Gasso
World
was being
Series.
courted by
7
USC.
times have gone home empty-handed.
They've overplayed her. That's all they have.
Ball trophy is
Heard
inside.
that USC was going to steal Patty Gasso.
My ass. Patty Gasso is this close to retirement. Trust me. She ain't going to UCLA.
Came on last inning.
Oklahoma probably pays her more than anybody else is ever going to pay her. And she's in her
Right-handed
70s.
bats have awakened for Texas.
Her son is probably the likely replacement for her.
Through the first 2 games.
Who
of
is the batting
finals.
coach?
You could just feel Reese Atwood. Some of them, you knew they were going to get to the ball.
All right, now she's going to Texas.
Oh.
Atwood legging it out for
Oh,
stand-up double.
Leave that girl up, man. I need to pull her ass for
And her
real.
first extra base
Later.
hit of
Jeff,
this World Series.
Like Crystal said,
So
Crystal said
good.
that
We've
the,
talked
uh,
about up and in, right?
the
Harping
pitching
about
coach
just
needs
5,
to
6.
make
Well, those
different
were her
calls
first
or
2 hits.
something.
Now look at this pitch. This is a great pitch.
Brother, I don't-
Wait, watch the barrel drop.
Well,
jump
it's not the
and
pitch
then
count, it's the
drive.
pitcher.
Force line
Look at
out
her
to
ERA versus
Mike
Kennedy.
Davis trying to make a play.
Kennedy is the only pitcher they have that can dominate. But if you pitch 3 games in a row, eventually people see you better.
She had hit a couple of balls.
Plus, right now, this
Totally
evening,
smoked them, but
with
right
the
at
weather
players.
they're
But, yeah,
having,
she kept her
that
composure.
ball is
She
so
told us she knew
visible.
It was just a matter of time.
that's right.
The time has come. Stewart sends one out to the exact same spot, back to the wall. And that will score. Atwood is Stewart.
It's not just the pitcher. The environment has as much to do
Second, it's 6-0.
with
And
the
this is where
pitcher's
right-handed hitters
success
for
as the
Texas
pitcher's talent.
Stay inside the ball so well against Riaceto, the
That's true.
left-handed pitcher.
Unless your name's Nolan Ryan.
Taking pitchers into that gap. This is a backdoor curveball on the outer half coming back into the zone. And look at the way Katie Stewart.
She really went after that ball. That was a solid swing.
That into the right center gap.
And for Little League players, if you can see the knuckle placement on that bat, it's not little knuckle, big knuckle. It's little knuckle, little knuckle. It's all about hand speed.
They did replace the pitcher, right?
Yeah, Kennedy's
Next up
out,
is the home run hitting.
which they should have done before the home run.
Right.
That 4th hit, she couldn't throw anything that couldn't be hit. But the problem is they have nobody behind her
Just stays open
to
and able get
actually
to that rise ball. She
be
was putting
effective
Rachel in and
through
out.
8, 7, 6 innings. This game is over in the next
Back
inning.
in the first.
This game ain't lasting, brother.
Popped up. Langoliers is there. 2 down.
Crystal Lopez says Kennedy will come back. He's the only
And
path
it's
back.
the
I just don't
designated
know
player,
when they'll
Katie
decide to
Simmons.
bring her back.
Well, that's the nice thing about softball. They can bring them back in. Baseball, I think you're done. You get pulled. That's it.
Senior
What?
from Humble, Texas.
Nobody talks more
Fly to
trash
drive
than
in a run in game
softball
2
players.
last night.
Those girls chatter. They're constantly talking. You do that in baseball, somebody's getting punched in the nose or beans.
Last
Now,
2
for some
seasons
reason,
for
this
Texas
thing
with
goes
this
off.
core group
I got
returning.
bad
6
weather here.
starters are back from a
Jesse,
year ago.
You
Rewrite
should
the
offer
record books.
Crystal to come on because she seems to
last 2
actually be
seasons,
a
top
commenter who
batting
knows
average, runs
kind of what
scored,
she's
home
talking about
runs,
here. You know what I mean?
Deep fly
That's
ball
right.
and on the track. Davis
I
is
told her
there.
she'd
They're
come on,
showing
but,
their stuff so far tonight. Another run up back. To
What's wrong,
McAllister
Crystal? You're not
hits.
afraid of the camera, are you?
Make it 6-0.
I let my ugly ass on here.
Yeah, she shouldn't be afraid of the camera. She'd probably make things look a little better in here compared to us, right?
She couldn't hurt, that's for sure. What do you think about my new hat? Keeps the sun off my ears.
Pedro's parents planned for
It's big
adventure,
enough.
but they didn't plan for him to
You're
make
out there in the yard, man.
You
You need that big hat.
Then you bargained
Probably
for.
dance
We
around
were
like
made to
a
help
sombrero.
you save on packages.
Well, I'm a ginger. I gotta be careful.
Expedia, made to travel.
I was trying to let you know
Choice
that
Hotels
this
gets
thing
you
just
more for
cuts
your
off.
money,
I'm
so you
having
can
some
maximize any
bad
vacation
weather
from the
here.
second you log off.
I thought you had to mute the commercial.
Sure. I was
It's
so
thunder and
productive on
lightning
my
out here.
business trip
So,
at this
yeah, I need
Radisson
to use this
hotel.
commercial real
I'm
quick.
taking a much-needed
Sort of forgot.
There we go. I
Right
knew
here.
that you mentioned last night, and I was kind of curious about this. The commercials, as long as you mute them, you don't have to worry about copyright issues, correct?
Well, no, they'll still copyright you, but you can dispute it and they'll reapprove you. Whereas if you leave the commercials in, they're not going to let you dispute it.
Okay. And it
Yeah,
doesn't matter if you show the commercials as long as the noise is down, correct?
Yeah, they'll let you dispute it, but they won't usually approve you to get remonetized for it.
Hey,
If
Jess,
commercials are playing.
I know I said no plugs, but on my channel, I just uploaded a video that goes through the whole process of doing these polish on these tunes. And it's not so much for the company, it's just to show people what they can do for those polishes
Right.
and what they look like. I'm going to ask you before I say something, if it's okay if I say go to the channel
That's right.
and
Sure.
you can watch the newest video that kind of goes over the process of something we offer specifically. But again, I'm not trying to get a free plug. If there's no company name, I think, within the video if they want to go to the channel.
It's all good. It says, Thunder U Center says they need to run rule Texas Tech and put them out of their misery.
At this point, I agree.
Crystal Lopez says, nah, I got small kids and I'm usually in OKC for the finals. I was there the last 3 days for game 1 and 2. So she's got small kids running around and she can't really be on.
Well, that's unfortunate. You know what? I remember when I was a child, as a small kid, as a hyper talkative, nonstop individual.
You didn't
All
say-
I had to get from my mother was a shut up or you're going to get put down.
Ain't nothing really changed about you.
Come on in, ma'am. I'm actually more interested to hear from Crystal than I am from anybody else. She's actually she's on top of it here.
That's right. Get your man to watch them for a second.
Hell, you can kick me out of the room to bring her in.
I'll kick myself out.
We'll just give her the channel.
We'll just let you have, from now on, you'll be our softball correspondent.
There you go. Crystal, you need to start your channel if you don't have one. Get it started, and we'll just kick you some business here on
She don't need to
softball.
start one. She just needs to be my softball go-to.
There you go.
Worked his way up through the ranks, and one of the cool subplots of this matchup is Mike White on the left. When he was at Oregon, he coached Jerry's daughter, Jerry Ann, here at the World Series. And
Is that not a conflict of interest?
history for these two guys that have dedicated their lives to the game.
Fixing that thing.
And a base hit there.
There you go, Ted.
Stay
Stay in it, baby. Don't give up. Keep them bats going.
You see Jerry Ann Glasgow, team photo, Mike White. I mean, so much history with Jerry.
I wore my regular ball cap, but I left it at the office.
Jerry now gets to coach with his other
I looked it
daughter,
on.
Archibald, who's the pitching coach.
It's sort of sexy.
But he
Need to
represents
get one of them
Minnesota.
hats like the Outlaws got on.
Believe me, I had one, you had one.
Yeah,
I mean,
Crystal looked
that's
good.
kind
I
of
give her my hat.
softball moms as well.
There you
but
go.
Jerry Glasgow, his daughter.
I'll send her an
now he's
outlaw
here
hat. No,
coaching at the World
I'll
Series.
sign it for you.
Full-on softball family.
You know, Crystal can't be the only one saying intelligent stuff. What do you got over there, Outlaw, for some other comment?
Got Lane up in here, but I think Lane just left.
Am I okay hitting the shine on camera?
Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes I get Sheila.
If you need me to go off camera to hit it, you just let me know.
To
No,
spin
you
it. There's the shift on
Mom
Johnson
ain't
again.
smoking weed.
Nah, I would never do that.
It's worked every time that she has not gotten hit by a pitch in the championship series.
She's just been around everything, even pitches on the outer half. She's playing pickle with Mia.
I'm not off camera. I'm just stepping outside.
Which is interesting because her best path is actually to right field, and you would think seeing that massive hole that your entire body would be thinking, okay, stay inside out, poke something to the right side.
Lopez says, I misspoke about two portal pitchers. It was one pitcher in utility with two freshman recruits.
At what point does that go from a positive?
From what
now I know
university,
where to go
Crystal?
to
What are you
negative.
talking about?
Now I have
Oklahoma?
to go there.
Yeah, she's an Oklahoma fan.
It literally gets in your
Okay.
head.
Yeah.
It starts to mess with you. You see three on the left side like
Y'all
that's
just
super
everywhere.
unique. You don't
Like
see that
an
very often at
infestation.
all for righties.
Y'all done infected me.
Oh,
Jackson drives
oh, shit. No.
Foot
Oh.
on the dirt makes the catch, 2 down.
Well, it was a good swing.
Not only is this the home for the Women's College World Series, Devon Park here in Oklahoma City, but in the summer
Now,
of
how much
2028,
longer? Does
when the
anybody
Olympic
know,
Games come to
Crystal,
Los
maybe you
Angeles,
do,
Oklahoma
the
City
tournament
will host
as
the
in
softball
Oklahoma City?
competition right here.
How many years
And
does
then
it have
downtown,
left on
they'll
its
host the canoe
contract? I thought maybe
So a
through
couple of
2027.
Olympic
Am I
events will
right?
be coming to town.
Yeah, I'm not sure
The
about
summer
the
of LA
contract. Crystal
28.
might
I
know.
bet Crystal knows.
Or Hope Sims.
You see players
Hope
that have been
Sims
on
is
this
in the house,
field.
too.
Absolutely.
She's
Playing
pretty
in those
knowledgeable.
2028 games.
Patty Gasso
63.
coaching Team USA. They will be
Through
out
the
on the
Olympics.
road. We're going to
They've
China
been
right in
telling me that
August
Patty
this summer.
Gasso's too old to leave Oklahoma.
Nah,
Have
she's
some
never
sort of
too
a
old.
pre-Olympic event before
Yeah, that's
28.
right.
She's like, she's gonna be the Tom
A lot of
Osborne.
stuff happening.
She's talking
Tell
about
me how
National
lady.
softball scene.
she's too old to
The
leave
growth of the game just
and
continues.
go to USC.
You see so many eyes. that
Yeah.
sit around the
I
Women's
couldn't
College World
imagine
Series,
Patty
the pro
Gasso
level,
wanting to
and now
go anywhere but
the Olympics
Oklahoma.
back.
It's treated her so
attendance has
well.
been fabulous.
$9 million
Even in the
into the new
absence of
stadium
a local team.
because Patty Gasso's there and the
Still within
success
driving
that
distance
the
for these two
Sooners have
sides.
had.
I don't think a lot of people
Huh?
appreciate the play. We've
Crystal,
seen
give
some
us
very unique
how long
softball, I
is
guess
the
you could say, this
national
week.
championship in
World
Oklahoma
Series.
City?
I'll say.
I know they're coming.
We had the lights
Their
go off.
contract is coming up. Where are we at?
Blackout. We've had 5 walk-offs. I mean, it's a capper for the season, right? That 4
Yes.
different teams were ranked #1 at some point. Texas A&M, the 1 seed, got bounced in the regionals.
Parody.
Megan Grant missed home plate.
Crystal
And
Megan
Lopez
Grant missed
says-
home plate. Don't even get us started on Appendix G. Langoliers opposite. Maloney makes the right moves to grab it.
Crystal Lopez says Tech bats just don't and can't do what OU bats do. And after 3 days of Naya, Texas knows what she's coming with. Tech didn't really get to adjust to Kayvon since they had Mac, Lolly, and 2 others last night. Crystal Lopez also says, I know the original contract was for 25 years.
I believe that is up this year or within the next 2.
Is this what you wanted to know? It's through June 30th, 2028.
2028 through June of 2028. That tournament will be held in Oklahoma City.
And after that, they're going to move it to Los Angeles so USC Skittle Shitters can win.
Yeah, they're not going to win. Just because they move it there don't mean nothing. The same top teams in the country are still going to come to Oklahoma.
Hey, that's what all the Oklahoma haters said. They said the reason why y'all won them titles because it's played in Oklahoma.
It sounds like Oklahoma haters to me. If you can't win on the road, then how can you call yourself a champion?
Oklahoma don't win on the road.
Yeah, they were only the number 2 team coming in. You're right.
Oklahoma don't win on the road.
No,
they play in Oklahoma City. That's not the road. Oklahoma don't have to win the championship on the road. They always get in Oklahoma.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Y'all don't have to play on the road. So
we'll be fine.
Y'all played down here. Y'all played us in Tuscaloosa, and we beat y'all 2 out of 3.
You know the Skittle Shitters ain't doing nothing in California against Oklahoma, Alabama, or anybody else. They're too busy protesting somewhere about something stupid.
I'm just trying to get y'all riled up, man.
I know. You have a good button pusher there for that.
All right. Look at that porn stash. That dude's got a porn stash.
Well, it is a very liberal college there, so, you know.
Yeah,
he's probably seen them all naked twice.
It's a liberal spastic shithole down there in Austin.
I shouldn't have said that. That was a good play right there, though. There's been some good defensive plays. But overall, Texas is showing that they are the better team on the field, game 1 and game 2. Let me ask you something. Are you going to do a live stream for the Thunder game tomorrow? They lost game 1 in the last, 3 seconds of the game.
Yeah, some of these games like this are easier to do. I think that might have, some kind of block on it.
Well, we might have to try to work around it.
We'll see.
I see a lot of those live streams that do football and never show the game. They just put a little tracker on there.
I'll look into it.
Oklahoma City and Indiana are both playing for their very first championship game.
Hey, it's a
they won the first game.
Today.
Indiana by 1 point in 0.4 seconds.
The order for Texas.
How about them Pacers?
It's not just the Longhorns that have been fighting through frustration here in years past.
I'll let you get away with a lot of stuff, but don't be all hollering Indiana here.
But also with the Oregon Ducks for 5 years.
I don't like the
he
NBA,
came here
man.
twice as an
That was a good pitch. Tell me that was not a strike.
Ever since Michael
Texas
Jordan
now,
left, I ain't
2
like the
trips to the
NBA.
championship series fell short, and we asked him about it the other day. He said, hey, what else are we going to do? Got to keep coming back. You got to keep adapting. You got to figure things out.
What the?
Beat Oklahoma.
You got to beat Oklahoma. And they did.
Brother, I'm going to do everything I can not to curse on your channel, but my goodness. They're making it hard.
You can curse,
Remember,
just
he was
don't-
one
just
of the
don't
best
drop the
pitchers and
F-bomb.
fast pitch
I
players
got
in
you.
the world. He was the world #1 and then pitched for the U.S. national team for a
I'm
long
sure
time.
there's a few other
He said,
bombs I
"I've been
can't
such
drop."
a competitive guy. That's my nature as a player, and that didn't work as a coach. And so this year, he literally told us before this series started, I want this for them, not for myself. I had to learn that my competitive spirit was not the most important thing.
Well,
Gotta grab my beer.
Last year, the team went back.
Hey,
and
Jesse,
their
what are you
numbers
eating
this year
tonight
already
for game
started
night?
Over the summer, over the fall, it was fueled.
You always got something going.
On losing to Oklahoma in this
Crystal Lopez says
championship
the
series.
Olympics are in June 2028.
Texas Tech is challenging if the runner made an attempt towards second base and then was tagged.
All right, well, Crystal Lopez says the Olympics are in 2028.
Bennett ruled safe at
the
first, but they're
College
going to look to
World
see if she
Series,
turned and tried to go to
in
second,
softball
or
is
if she just came
contracted
back
through
to the base.
2035.
Not for Oklahoma.
The umpire there at first base was right on
Oklahoma
top
City.
of that. Cam Ellison watching closely.
I'm not sure that's right.
It's more of just a hop to turn around.
Yeah.
Crystal,
She
I
drops
was
second
looking it
bag,
up
but
earlier.
That's textbook base running. After you get through the
It
bag,
said
when you're
2028,
taught to look
so-
into foul territory to see if there's an overthrow. She does. She sees it.
One of us are wrong. It might be me. I'll admit it.
Aaron Peterson, Ellison, Steve Gould, and Jim
She said something
Bertuzzi
about
are
some
crew
kind of
tonight.
Olympic
That's
contract.
Steve on the microphone.
I don't know.
Brother, I'm going to share this through my telephone here. I'm going to share it to TikTok and Threads. I already got us up on YouTube
we were
and
talking about how
Instagram.
good,
All right.
how wacky this series is. We forgot to mention the 13-minute review of whether or not Grant did touch home plate. We had the review here in game 1 of the Champ Series that was significant. Christy Cornwell, our rules analyst, anything here?
So what they're reviewing is the tag attempt, whether or not she is in jeopardy. So if they rule that she made an attempt to go to second, she is in jeopardy and liable to be put out. If they rule that
Hope
she's
Sims
just was
was
turning
also saying
around,
that
then
the
she's not in
Olympics
jeopardy
was
and the tag is a
2028
moot point.
contract that you're
What does
thinking
in
of.
jeopardy mean?
Well, she can run straight through first base. She can run through first base and not be in jeopardy as long as she doesn't make an attempt to go to second base. And jeopardy means being put out.
Thank you, Christy.
I think her intent, because she was facing foul territory, means she's returning. If she would have been possibly facing second base, it looks like she's potentially trying to advance.
I don't see why this would be taking this long. It certainly didn't look like she was making an attempt to run to second base. Here we go.
After review, the call is upheld. The runner did not attempt to second base. That's Texas Tech's first challenge.
One of their 2 challenges.
Calls
So
uphill.
a base runner here to lead off the 4th, and the top of the order coming up for their 3rd at-bats already. Here in the bottom of the 4th
Chris
inning,
Lopez says
Maloney,
Devin Park specifically is contracted with
0
NCAA through 2025.
and
the
now she's
2035.
got her hit. Gonna try and leg it out for second. She will slide in safe.
I think this game's over,
And
brother.
Ashton Maloney has set the new single-season hits record for Texas, passing the All-American and U.S. national teamer Janae Jefferson.
We are seeing the best of Texas's offense in the history of them being here at the World Series. This has been the low point. It's been the offense that has struggled, and here Ashton Maloney does a beautiful job with off the slap, by the way, to get the double.
Oh boy,
Who's out?
she was out. They did not challenge.
Yeah, they ain't challenged
That's
yet.
all they needed to challenge.
Tag was on her toe before the heel hit the base, but play on, and Texas will with 2 in scoring position. 0-2 to Caden Henry. Doesn't chase away. Seven of the 9 in the order have now reached base for Texas. Bobbled by Riasetto, nowhere to go with it, and the bases are loaded for Mia Scott.
Are you kidding me? Jesse, this game's over, brother. You cannot make this many mistakes and win a World Series. No matter what, baseball, softball, high school, college, little league,
We talked
You just
about
gave that
Tegan
game up.
Kavan looking for
Guess y'all gonna have
the
to bow
pitching
down to the
performance of
horns
her
this year.
career in the Open, and we talked about these two.
I'd rather it stay in the SEC than go back to the Big 12.
Delivered tonight, and now they are hunting for more.
I hate
Mia Scott's
Texas,
career,
but
4 career home runs at the Women's College
I'd rather
World
it stay
Series.
within our league.
Just the
They
records that
fixing
she
to run
owns.
rule their ass.
Bases loaded, no out.
Oh, a laser foul.
80 miles an hour off the bat. And Mia Scott, what makes her so good?
She is
actually her
all
hands.
over that
A lot of
ball.
times We talk about the lower half, the body, the power. For Mia, like, she'll get beat, but her hands are so
A
good.
single
So quick on that
ends
last
this
swing,
game.
on a pitch inside.
One single, game over.
And she knows it. She knows she can get beat, but she's always got
Chris Lopez
those
said,
money
"Yep, we've
makers. Only
reached the
9
point in this
Ks,
game
by the
where
way,
Texas
on the year
has
for her.
and will retain their momentum ball game."
Strike at the knees, 1 and
Good
2.
call, Crystal. Good call.
Y'all gonna have to say hook them this year. They're
Don't
gonna
say
hook 'em.
that. No, put them down.
Scott.
That's the game.
Look,
Game over.
Scott. Grand
Game
Texas
over.
in game 3 of the finals.
That's it.
Texas is gonna be the successor. to the
Najee
Oklahoma-
knows. Najee knows it's over.
Texas is gonna be the successor to Oklahoma's
Scott.
dynasty.
So good on the stage. Holly Rowe talked about it earlier. No one had hit Nyjah Kennedy better. And now, you guys count him as a senior. Her 5th
Boom,
career
shakalaka
World
boom,
Series
shakalaka boom.
home run.
I guess Oklahoma fears nobody. Texas fears Oklahoma, but they've got no problem fearing Texas Tech.
A grand slam
anymore.
for Mia Scott to bring
Texas
the
on
That's it.
rule into
Hey,
effect.
Texas on
in
football and
game
softball
3
now.
of the championship series.
That's it.
The Texas
Texas going all
Longhorns
of
going deep.
Can you imagine winning a national championship in the third inning?
To a first national championship.
It's the fourth one.
Fourth, sorry. It's the shine, not me.
It's all good.
Wow.
I'm having problems keeping up with it too.
Wow. Man,
Robert Bacon's right. You know, if Kennedy doesn't mess up with a fake intentional walk, and I mean, you're throwing over the plate, you're throwing strikes when it's supposed to be a walk, and they tag her ass. That game would Texas Tech would have swept.
no. The end of that game, that was the right call. Where they lost, you mentioned it. First inning, bases loaded, and they walked with no score after
Okay.
that bases loaded.
They had
And
no outs.
you said it. I mentioned it. They may have just lost the game with that bases loaded walking off the field in the first game.
Well, not only was it bases loaded, but there was no outs. They had no outs.
Zero out. No, you're right. From that first inning, it seemed like Texas Tech was not up to par. And I think this would have been a much closer game with Oklahoma winning if they got past their idiocy. I shouldn't say idiocy. They played a good season. They had a great year, but they went all Braves on us, killed everybody till the end of it.
Fun Road U Center says Texas Tech wasted $1 million on Kennedy.
Yeah, I agree. But I still, as an Oklahoma fan, that is the one pitcher at the end of last year that I said we need to get. 10-0. My God.
It's a team that was number 1 in the preseason, had almost everybody back.
Yeah, Chris is right. There's still no outs in this one.
They knew what they wanted.
All of us
Nothing short of
haters
playing
are
in these
feeling it
finals
right
would
now.
do. They've had their ups and downs. They had some
But was there really any question?
moments
It's
of
Texas
doubt,
Tech.
defensive changes. They got swept late in the year by Oklahoma. They got
Big 12 mid-card.
SEC tournament by Texas A&M and just put it all behind them. Said, hey,
But again,
it's all about
an
the postseason. It's all about the
SEC
World
team,
Series.
Oklahoma, Texas, all the others,
Well, and how
wins
about
the
that Super
championship.
Regional with
That
Clemson,
is
yeah? They lost the
over and
first
above
game and had to come back.
any conversation needed to be had.
And Tegan Kavan
Crystal Lopez disagreed. She
has
said
just
that $1
been
million was
masterful
well
in the
spent.
circle for the Longhorns.
Naja has done for women's
After
sports
she
and
herself had a
softball what
shaky
Pat
moment or
Mahomes
two in
did
that
for
Clemson
Texas football.
Super
They went
Regional.
from no program
Totally
to the
different
finals in one season.
performance here in OKC.
Kennedy.
Atwood ground ball to Tony.
Well, I agree with Crystal. I
Going
think that
down.
she was worth the $1 million myself.
Hey, the 2025
I mean, because she did
NCAA
put
Outdoor
on the
Track
map.
and Field Championships begin on Wednesday at Hayward Field out in Eugene. It'll air on the ESPN platforms. For more information, go to ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships.
Ball.
Hope Sims
Katie
says that
Stewart.
Gasso offered
RBI single,
Kennedy,
RBI double tonight.
but wasn't interested in a one-woman show.
It's a Texas team that has stayed together and played together. Just a couple of transfers in their lineup, and they've been around multiple seasons. Homegrown Texans like Scott and Atwood and Henry. And then bringing in the outsiders like Katie Stewart out of Frankfort, Illinois. Knows her job is to do damage, and she's done some again for the second year in a row here.
She showed out as a freshman, and here she is as a sophomore, continuing to be a big bat in this lineup. And how about defensively? She's played all over the field for Texas.
She was in tears in that Super Regional loss. He was the shortstop, had a few errors, just kind of game moving fast on her. They ended up moving her to left field.
It's been a little bit of a roller coaster of a season for Texas.
Yes, that's right. Stewart couldn't check it. 2 down.
Which is something we haven't always seen, because the last 4
During
years,
a commercial
with
break, I'm going
Oklahoma
to show y'all
winning
something
those-
pretty funny about
that
Texas.
four-peat, most of their years they went through without anyone really able to contend
Stay
against
tuned
them.
for the commercial break.
This has been a good tournament, yeah?
Of course, OU and Texas joining the SEC this season. They are 3 outs away from winning the first championship for an SEC team in 10 years and the first Texas title ever.
I'm gonna bring something up for you real quick.
Yeah, bud.
While it's in commercial, thought y'all might like this. Texas Tech fans, it might cheer them up.
Still all about one.
Can you see that? Can you see that?
No, I'm seeing fire. What are you showing me? Oh,
See
you're
that?
gonna go. You're gonna go football. Yeah, I see it.
This might cheer y'all up.
Second down now. Deep strike. Got the big man. Crabtree pulls free. And touchdown. Red Raiders with a second to go.
Brother.
He did not step out of bounds. And Harrell just put this up, relying on the best receiver in college football to make a play, and the strength of his hands. Big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what Michael Crabtree just did.
Good old Michael Crabtree.
That was some old school there to try to cheer y'all up since we can't see Texas lose. in softball. I thought y'all like to see him lose in football. I remember that was.
Why don't you find some
in the top 3?
Why don't you find some video of Texas Tech beating Oklahoma? There's only a few of them out there.
Yeah, I don't think that's happened a lot.
Not when it mattered.
All right.
Patty Gasso, listen, if you don't think that Patty Gasso is the best college football or college softball coach in the country, then you're smoking crack.
Mike White says he's taking that mantle away from her.
Everybody gets by 1 year on the best and they think they've got it. As an Alabama fan, you understand.
That's right. Now, all Texas has got to do is to keep them from scoring 3 runs.
That's it.
If they can keep Texas Tech from scoring 3 runs, this game's over.
If Texas Tech scores 1 run, this game is still over. 2 runs. If they score 4 runs, this game is over. I don't care. Texas Tech dominates.
The only way they can keep it from being a run rule is if they score 3 runs this inning.
Even if it doesn't go run rule, Texas is dominating this game.
They need to score 3 runs to extend the game.
You just said it. You got to score 3 runs.
Just 1 hit allowed, a single in the 4th off of Kavan. And that is it. Only 1 other base runner tonight against Teagan.
She has been stellar. She's been on point, mixing her speeds.
If this is the end of the line for Texas Tech, what a remarkable season it has been for Nigeri Kennedy. She will finish the year #1 in the country in ERA for the 3rd season in a row. No one has done that 3 consecutive. Her 34 wins, the most in D1, and she will be back at Texas Tech next year with another $1 million NIL deal. And probably some new freshmen and transfers by her side.
I know I can feel her pain even right now, and disappointment, the pressure that she puts on herself. And I'll tell you what, she got them here. I know they were a team, but they're not here without Nigeri Kennedy. They made history on every single path from the Big 12 championship, getting to Supers, getting here to Oklahoma City, beating Texas last night after losing game 1. But you can only ask so much. I mean, 3 days in a row for this Texas offense to make those adjustments.
2-2 pitch. Jerry Glasgow talked about building a fan base. Well, they've done that. Might be a record crowd attendance-wise here tonight, and build a future at Texas Tech. The brightest has not been the brightest on the field, but the future certainly looks up in Lubbock. And there's a base hit for Jennings.
There you go. Come on now. Get them rally hats on.
Opportunity here in the top of the 5th.
I mean, everybody better be wearing one.
Here comes Demi Elder. One of the seniors, the only returning starter, the only player that's been a Red Raider for more than a couple of years.
Listen to Thunder USA. Is that a typo?
Unquestioned.
On picture, not picture?
Yeah, it's a typo.
Oklahoma had the money to pull Kennedy, and she'd have been a great addition to that lineup.
The bottom 3 in the order scored 4 of their
would
5
have won
runs.
national championship this year.
Were the party starters.
Who is that giraffe?
Elder Valdez and Lindemuth.
Oh, my.
Swing and a miss on the change, 1-2.
How do you chase that? My God, it's not moving fast enough for you not to see it.
Kavan trying to stay locked in to finish this off. Lifted out to left, Katie Stewart. Texas is 2 outs away.
1 out. Hey, Jeff. This was a really good game, even though it's kind of a skunk fest.
Yeah, it's been pretty boring.
It's still better competition than soccer.
Those first two games were epic.
Backhanded by Mitchell. They get the lead runner at second, 2 outs.
Didn't even try to turn 2, but that's okay.
And Texas is on the precipice.
1 out away, right? 1 out away?
That's right. About to run rule.
You know she's regretting her college choice right now.
Bailey Lindemuth, the freshman, will step in against Kavan.
I don't know. She beat Oklahoma.
Come on, why do you got to rub it in?
2 strikes away from a title.
Kennedy could beat any team on any given day as long as she's not pitching 3 days in a row.
That's true. That's a good point.
Golly.
Not
Is
bothered
Texas
by
getting
past
paid to make this game last longer?
Unabashed in their pursuit after failing to bring home the title in 2 of the last 3 years. Staying together, playing together.
1 more for the night.
Lindemuth, ground ball to short, good, across the diamond, and it pulls Mitchell off the base.
Oh, why didn't she go to second?
Infield single.
Why didn't she go to
Maybe Texas does not want to end this game yet.
Why didn't they go to second?
As the
Why didn't they throw the run out of second?
rule.
Just a bad decision by an infield player. Of course, she might not have got it even if she went for it. That ball had a good chop, and it lasted
Davis is
in the field of play a little too long. That close field. Bad call though by Texas.
Tech trying to extend the game, extend their season.
The second base throw would have been a lot easier,
This
right?
is the bat you want up if
Yes.
you're a Tech fan. She has been hot this whole postseason,
However,
World Series.
The runner on first got an excellent jump
Game 1 of the
and had
series.
great
Tech
speed.
Game 2 last night.
So you want to go to first if
Here
it's
in
the
winner
easiest
take
play
all,
out of the 2.
5-run outburst
Unfortunately,
for the Longhorns
sometimes
in the
it doesn't
first
work out
inning
that
set
way.
the tone.
We got 2 outs. You always go to first on 2 outs.
Grand slam for Mia
Thunder
Scott
Ogun
in the
Center said
4th.
Texas is not going to win the title next year.
Left side, strong side for the Horns.
You're right, Alabama.
I don't care what Texas does next year as long as they don't win Red River.
And now Tegan Kavan, one
Alabama's
strike
going to win
away.
the title next year.
No.
In football
That's
and
who?
softball.
Are you wishful thinking? Or do
Football
you
and
mean
softball. We're going to win football and softball.
boo? Boo!
Maya Davis
I'll
going
tell
that
you,
rear slap. She usually
Mature,
stays in, swings
that
away.
quarterback coming into
wants to put the
Oklahoma
ball away here.
looks
That's
very
the
good.
story for Tegan
That guy
Kavan
was
as well.
badass where he was.
Strikeout. Not a lot
He's
of
going to be
swinging
great
misses. She trusts
at
the
Oklahoma.
Kyle
Pushing
Simpson
more to
looks better.
contact.
It's going to be a 9-win, 10-win season playoff berth for Oklahoma in football this year.
Y'all going to go 6 and 7.
You better wipe your ass with something different. You're breaking through the toilet paper, enjoying yourself too much.
It's over her head. That's some hand-eye coordination, Maya Davis.
This game is over in 2 more pitches. Watch. 2 more pitches. Game over. Within the next 2, it's done. She's gonna hit a chopper to third, forced out, game over.
Championship in their 8th try here at the World Series.
Texas Tech coach made it goofy as hell.
There you go, to third, and it's over. Oh my God! Texas wants to extend the game, make it look interesting. They want to win. They want to win 12-1, not 10-0.
This is all Maya Davis is trying to do. She goes to the short game.
That should have been it.
Her speed, and she does. Beats it out. Jolie Mitchell unable to knock it down.
I almost dropped an F-ball, brother.
This is what Maya Davis has been doing throughout the season, extending innings.
That was a good hit. Serious speed at first base.
Probably needs to be a no throw.
Very good. Hey, brother, am I too loud?
No.
Opportunity now for
I'm
Texas
speaking
Tech.
up because my setup is a little far away from me. I'm trying to get the microphone.
Calm it down after the single and the throwing error.
Well, we have at minimum 1 more inning.
Still in it for the Red
They got to
Raiders.
score 3 runs to not lose. It's 8 runs is the rule run in
And it's been one
softball.
of their
8
best
runs.
hitters in the tournament, Haley Tony.
You see Tony with 1 home run. This is that general chance where that 1 home runner kicks one. She gets 1 middle up, it's gone.
An unearned
This is a
run
straight
up on
pull
the
hitter.
board. Tony out to center. Here comes
It wasn't gone, but it went where I told you it was going.
Texas Tech.
No more run rule.
Yep, it's not going to be a run rule. We're going to have to play another
Almost
inning.
feel it coming when Reagan Johnson started off this inning with that base hit.
You know what would be pretty epic is if Texas
This has
blew
been
a
the fight of
2-run
this
lead
Texas
and lost
Tech
national
team
title.
all year
If
long,
Tech
specifically
came
in the
back
World Series.
and got the lead, I would definitely have to root for them for the rest of the way.
To the green.
As long as Najee ain't starting. Maybe a day or 2 will help her out.
Najee Kennedy loving it. Extending this game.
This will be it. It's the last game.
Is it me or did Najee Kennedy lose like 30 pounds this year?
From the Froshy.
I
The
don't know.
first earned runs off
She's a
of
big girl.
Devon at the World Series. And Mia Scott in a collision with Jerry
She was
Glasgow
like
and
Serena
helping
plus
ball coach up.
2-6 last year.
She's looking
She
at the
looked
ball.
more like
Jerry
that third,
Glasgow
that
is as
umpire
well,
just got
and
picked
right
up
in
off
her
the ground
way.
last year. She looks much healthier.
Coach.
I'd still say Najee Kennedy's the best pitcher in all of softball
Right
this
moment
year.
here in a tense situation.
I'd like to claim an Oklahoma pitcher, but he's just not there. We got some good ones, but not like
Down to their final
Najee.
out, one batter
It's
down to their
overused.
final strike of the tournament, and they stay in it.
Ah, pop out right to center. Nice easy. He ain't have to move.
It's a 7-run ball game,
Yep,
which
no
means we
run
will
rule.
play on.
The
with
game goes
Texas.
on. I believe
Opportunity to
it's
walk
8
it off with
or
a
is
run
it
in the
9 in softball? Candace, can you help us with that one?
You've always been ahead of the
8
game.
runs.
Excellence is your
Yeah.
default.
No,
And
like
Lexus
7.
knows
Is
that
the,
feeling
does
is
the number
unmatched.
change
Their
based
standard
on
isn't
the
for
inning?
the average. It's for those who set the
Is it
bar.
15 by the
and
third?
elevate.
I don't
So
know.
8
you
by
define
the
what's
4th,
possible.
5th?
Lexus
Not sure.
refines what you deserve. Because a car that doesn't make you feel
I don't know how I
something
can
is
find a
car
better
that stops
sport to
short
watch,
of
man. I
amazing.
really don't. Other than college football, I like the NFL. College is getting to the point where it's all about the money. It's getting a little like it's bugging the shit out of me. But college softball is still one of those sports where it's so competitive. I don't know how you cannot enjoy watching college softball. Matter of fact, if you're not watching college softball right now, this tournament, and you're like trying to tune into something about the Thunder, yeah, you're wasting your time.
Killer Breeze is in the house.
Killer Breeze!
Wow, Thunder in the house.
You going to bring Killer Breeze in?
No, he's on his way to Italy.
What?
Yeah, he's going to see his ancestors, I guess. I guess he's some kind of soprano or some shit.
He wants to go see how Rome lost it all.
He might see how Texas blows a 10-run lead.
Well, that would be nice.
That would be epic, wouldn't it?
I think it would be a first for sure.
They said the largest lead to overcome was, I think they said it was 6 or 7 runs.
Was that Oklahoma?
I don't know who it was. I can't remember who they said it was.
I imagine either that or UCLA. I know we talked about UCLA the other night, and I mentioned 1975. And what I was talking about was 1975 was really when UCLA started their softball program. And from that very point on into the 90s, they were the precipice of college softball. Now, I don't know when Oklahoma took over the reign of this is where you go when you really want to play for the team. But I'm so proud as a Sooner fan. And when I say my Sooners, you get people out there that go, your Sooners. Yes, it's a university which is backed up by tax dollars. So it is my university.
7-8-9 due up against Sam Lincoln.
That was a strike.
The only walk-off in the final in
Can
the
we
Champ
dox
Series
this
era,
umpire?
UCLA, Kinsley
You know
Washington
the name of-
in 2019 to beat Oklahoma. And that was the first walk-off here in a championship game in 27 years.
I know you said, I know you said,
Will she have to go
hopefully
back
Killer
out
will be
there in
speaking
the
Italian
sixth?
next time he's on Outlaw
They did
Spring.
change Bailey Lindemuth's
That'd be nice.
single
Maybe
to
we
an
could learn
error
something.
in the top half of the inning, so it still stands for Cavan. 29 innings now at the World Series without allowing an earned run. All 3 of those unearned with a couple of Texas errors. Certainly the thinking on the Longhorn side is end this thing now before the other guys pick up any more momentum.
All Texas has got to do is get 1 run here and the game's over. If it'll still be the 5th inning, they can run with it without hinder.
And if you're Texas Tech, you're thinking, hey, what better way for the lowest seed to ever win a championship to do it with the greatest comeback ever in World Series history? Full count here to Leanne Good. A 3-run home run earlier in the night. And the game-winning run, the championship-winning run is aboard.
That's just the first free pass that Texas Tech has given up. It's mostly been all hits. 1 defensive miscue.
Here's Katie Simmons. Texas started the night with a 5-run first inning,
Bella,
including the good home run. They chased Nigeri Kennedy out of the circle.
In Italian.
Added another in the 3rd, and then a grand slam for Mia Scott in the 4th.
You're just joining us. Texas was up 10-0, had a chance
In
to run.
Mia's
We couldn't throw
18th
Texas Tech
World
out.
Series game. Lost in the finals
Also, if you don't
last
mind,
year, lost in the
smash the like
finals
button
3 years ago.
and the subscribe button. They're both free and it helps this channel out.
Is this the year for Texas? Vanquished Oklahoma earlier in the week. First time they had beaten them here.
Ball.
Then ran into Kennedy here and Texas Tech in the finals. And were able to get to Naja, who was trying to start and win a game for the third day in a row.
Well, Kennedy had all those innings prior. Even though this is a new format where if you keep winning, you have a day off. So it does help you be able to use your ace throughout the tournament and before you get to the championship series. But there's a lot of pitches on that arm.
Yeah. Well, in the finals still.
Yes.
Back-to-back days.
100%.
40 Ks to 5 walks. Are you kidding me? That's so good. Wow.
Ball.
And a full count now to Simmons. Lincoln, the freshman from Taunton, Mass. Simmons grabbed at second, and a double play. Langoliers, fabulous, down in the dirt.
Well, now.
This is all about positioning.
That's some pretty good
Langoliers in
defense
the
by
perfect
Tech.
spot up the middle.
Yes,
Look
it
at where
is.
she's at, close to
Yes,
second
it
base.
is.
This ball off the end of the back, the diving catch to get it on the ground.
Was that a
and
fly
easily gonna
ball?
double
Yeah,
is
she
good.
got a double play on the fly. That was good
Naja
stuff.
Continuing to support her team, loving to see the defense. And the
And you know,
double play.
Naja Kennedy is the best bet for this team to finish out with a win, even though they're
Got a
seeing
pinch
the
hitter
ball
here
well
for
from her.
Texas. Vanessa
They might be able
Quiroga,
to
the
bring it
senior
back.
from Corpus
Rest his arm a
Christi,
little bit.
will hit in the 9 spot.
Taylor said
And
that was
Texas
damn
Tech is
good.
now 1 out away from getting
Taylor
more
breathe.
Good
swings.
play. Very good play.
Pinch hit in game 1, 0 for 1.
You know, she's about to hit a double, right?
The game will be over if she does.
Ball.
She's got to come down and inside to have a chance against Texas this at bat. If she doesn't come down and outside, she is going to give up a hit.
Swing
She went down and inside, got a strike. See what I'm saying?
Strike away from another set of ABs.
This is not a down and out pitcher. This is a batter who accelerates when you get the ball close to her chest. That's it. That's a strike.
Got her, called strike 3.
Well, now. We're going to have to play
And
another
the Red
inning.
Raider fans are loving it. There is no give up in Texas Tech.
Sam Lincoln.
Neither. That was not a strike. She didn't go all the way. Yes, she did. I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah,
She broke her wrist.
You see that bat moving.
Yep, she came across that plate at least to bunt level. Even though it's a blowout, to be honest with you, Outlaw, this is a good game. You know, it's a blowout. You're seeing the difference between a pitcher and, much like most of college sports, you have this one great player that you overuse, and this is the effect. If Najee had 2 backups that were halfway decent, wouldn't be a problem.
It just shows that Texas Tech ain't got no quit in them.
No, they're fighting, but you and I and everybody else watching knows that they do not have the bullpen to pull this game out.
They were down to their last strike in that inning.
Yeah,
last strike, and they come back and scored 3 runs.
If Najee was on it, again, you show the same team a pitcher 2 times, it's a different game. But if Najee was on her game, which she is not, she's missing just enough. This is a different game.
If y'all mind, jump out and smash that like button for me. And
Like,
button.
subscribe, guys. I sent this out to Instagram, to Facebook, to YouTube. Subscribe as far and wide as you can.
That's right. And right now we're in a commercial break. That's why we're talking. If you just jumped in here, we're going to go back to the live action in just a second. When the announcers come back, we'll go to them. But for now, we're going to fill in for y'all because the commercials suck.
And there's a lot of great college softball fans that can't watch this game because it's not on just your basic 6, 8, or 2, whatever, NBC, ABC. You got to go on ESPN. And college softball is way too competitive to stick in some of these like after hours soccer slots. I don't know how it's not a bigger sport. It is. I can't think of a more competitive sport other than college football than this. NFL, it's the best of the best. Sometimes you get over, sometimes you don't. But college, collegiate sports are way better than any professional. Well, at least until they started paying them all.
Still to work with. And they'd have to keep Texas off the board in the bottom of this inning.
I want Tech to win. Definitely a ball.
Johnson, a ground out. Gonna fly out tonight. Good. Managed to hang on, but an errant throw to first.
Can you imagine if this was a close game, that would come back to haunt you, but 10-3, you're probably okay.
Is coming up again as the defense looks shaky.
But this ball is scorched 81 miles an hour on the exit velocity, and Good getting that glove up, but then just airmails it over to Mitchell at first. A good throw. I think she has it.
Amateur ball.
I think her heart was jumping out of her chest, though. She almost lost her face. I mean, that thing jumped up. 81 miles an hour. That's the
You can see it in her face. She knows.
Series. Yeah, any elevation to that, it would have left the yard.
That was a heck of a pitch.
Such a dangerous thing in softball. Tech has it. Tegan
Crystal
Cavan
Lopez says,
"What's
up, Kimber? I had to get the babies to bed."
0-1 to Langoliers.
I was going to try to get Crystal on here, but she's having to tend to her youngin'.
And that's the pitch she needs, but she's been missing that the last couple innings.
Crystal, you have to make more time because, honestly, when it comes to college softball, next year's going to come around. You got to come in here. You actually have knowledge, not just retarded thought.
3 errors in the last 5 plate appearances for Texas.
We don't sugarcoat
They have been solid defensively at the World Series leading up to the finals, and it's been an issue.
It's been all 3 of them. All 3 champ series. They have struggled with the defense when...
Way to keep up with us, Crystal. Thank you very much for just tuning in. Thank you for commenting, giving your 2 cents. We appreciate it. Good stuff.
Still have a good cushion, but Texas Tech is not going away. Cavan's got her here 0-2, has just the 1 strikeout tonight. Make it 2.
Yeah, they've overused Najee way too much. You're right. They just constantly using her because that's all they have.
But the key is that the rotation on it, and it's 56 miles an hour, so it's a little bit slower, tighter.
That was a heck of a drop ball.
She gets and induces the swing and miss.
Here's Reagan Jennings.
For those of you that don't know, softball pitching
3-run
It's all
fifth
about
inning.
the opening of the hand. It's all about the twist of it. I mean, the way they release that ball is so much different than
Hitting again
baseball.
here instead of Nigeri Kennedy. And yes, Kennedy could re-enter
Good pitch.
if things tighten up. Pitch just the
Crystal
first
Lopez
inning
says she
tonight.
hates pro sports. I don't watch anything until it's the Super Bowl. Okay.
Hey, Outlaw, let's make a goal this year's Super Bowl.
Yeah, I might do the Super Bowl. I might end up start watching Pro Bowl.
69 miles an hour on her 91st pitch of the night. 1-2.
I used to feel great about professional football and college football most in particular. Money has changed the game.
Right back to Kennedy. They'll get the lead.
Turn it.
And that's all. 2 down.
This is what happened last inning. They had him down the last out. You got the scoring runner out.
Hey, how about this Sunday night baseball matchup? It's the best rivalry in the game.
You got to give it up to Texas Tech. You got to give them props. They have fought further than anybody thought that they would fight this year.
Countdown. The rally for Texas Tech means that Demi Elder gets another at-bat. The senior trying to extend her career.
Demi Elder injured earlier this year.
Just follow through. That's a good strike on the ball.
This team has just been on a roll.
31-4 as a starter for a young woman who has played for 4 different coaches in her 4
Shout out
seasons.
to Outlaw. Thank you, brother, for having me on.
I appreciate you coming here and helping me out.
And when we asked her
I might
before
do it by
the
myself
finals
tonight.
what it was like, shrugged and said, it's all worth it when you're playing here.
I said a
on
lot
this
of stuff
stage.
muted you never heard,
Raider
but it's all right.
Coach told her, just make sure they're having fun and bring the energy.
Oh, golly!
End the inning. And for the second time tonight, Texas can walk.
All right.
What do you got to say to that, Outlaw? Does Texas Tech stand the littlest bit of a chance?
All Texas has got to do is score 1 run here, and they'll be back to that 8-run rule, and the game will be over.
Even if they don't run rule this game, I can't help but to think this game is over based upon the mistakes Texas Tech keeps making when it matters.
Crystal Lopez says she's going to be back in Oklahoma City for the finals.
Isn't this the finals?
Mm-hmm. Maybe she's coming up for the game. I don't know.
Well, good luck. Again, this Crystal Lopez, is she a normal subscriber to your channel? Does she have a badge yet?
I don't think she's in the Outlaw Posse.
Crystal, we would love for you to join the Outlaw Posse. You actually have something of substance to say without a bunch of stupid drivel along the way.
That's right. She sure don't get in her feelings a lot. That's for damn sure.
Hell, should I pay for her badge? Because I really enjoy Crystal being involved here. Crystal, I hope you're just as involved during college football season and just as informed, because you have been the best commenter I have seen yet.
I think she subscribed to the channel already, but if you want to be in the Outlaw Posse like Killer Breeze and Hines 57, get your badge and get deputized, there is a little join button over there. Next subscribe button is $2.99 a month. That's just 75 cents a week. You get your badge, you get deputized, you'll get a random 4 Horsemen shout out, as well as possibly the comment of the day on the actual podcast if you want to join the Outlaw Posse.
Crystal, if you join right now, I promise you, I will exit this whole thing just to give you space on it, because you're good to go, sister.
All right, let me get back to the game.
An earned run here at the World Series And it's
Jesse, do you see 3 runs? Game over.
All I got to do is score 1 run.
Najee needs to be back on the mound because even though everybody sees her, she is the best pitcher they have. Best chance.
Sam Lincoln, who will try and get the Red Raiders one more chance in the 7th. And what a moment for the freshman right here.
Anybody that wears a face mask is not a winner. Just kidding. Sorry.
Doubled and scored in the 4th. Her 93rd hit of the season to set a new school record.
And if you're breaking Janae Jefferson's records, you know you had a great year.
Tony has it at short, one down. If they can extend it to the 7th, it would be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Texas Tech. This is Caden Henry. Has reached all 3 times she's come up with a pair of hits. She hit a home run in that Oklahoma win on Saturday.
So many tools. Fastest on this team. That's that pop you're talking about, Beth. Always scans the defense.
Yes, attempt.
1 and 2. Just outside the line, foul. Missed it inside to Henry, just a sophomore. 6 of their starters would be eligible to return again next season.
Yeah, young in a lot of positions.
Yeah, that's off the glove of Tony. Henry with that speed will make it all the way to second. And the championship run is in scoring position. And look who's coming up, the Grand Slammer Mia Scott.
How about Caden Henry, though? Just out of the box thinking double on an infield hit. So impressive.
An RBI wins a championship for Texas.
Ball.
Just seems fitting that Mia Scott should have this opportunity.
Ball. Ball.
And they may not give her anything to hit. Three and 0 to Scott with Reese Atwood on deck. An option that isn't a whole lot better.
Ball.
Reese is 2 for 3 today.
The only thing this does is it gives Tech the opportunity to potentially turn a double play. Atwood being right-handed.
All the anticipation to put an end to the frustration for Texas.
I love Crystal's answers here about football.
Outside 1-1.
You can tell Reese Atwood is yes, yes, yes on everything. Late nose, check swing. That one started her swing. She is hunting everything right now, not even one zone. She wants to hit.
Looks at strike 2 there. A rocket towards her own dugout.
Yeah, 69-mile-an-hour pitch she gets around.
Last year, she set the school record for runs batted in with 90. This year, she's approached it with 88. This would be the biggest of the bunch.
She's ahead of everything. That changeup was the only pitch that she took. She's been swinging at anything hard.
Do you believe
Surprise. Lincoln doesn't come back with that off speed.
this pitcher right now for Texas Tech is going to get him out of this inning and extend this game? I mean, she's pitching well.
We're going to find out.
Atwood, swing and a miss.
You know, my mother would
2
disown
down.
me right now if I said I wanted Texas to win
Big
because they're
strikeout for Sam Lincoln.
in the SEC with Oklahoma.
Spinning this ball upstairs.
Yeah, I don't
It's a
blame
rise ball. Sword swing.
She'll be
by
here
Reese
tomorrow.
Atwood.
I'm sure she'll let me know.
That's what happened.
Coming up
on
with
that
San
pitch.
Antonio herself tomorrow.
Here's Katie Stewart with a chance.
What do you think about what Crystal says about the Boss coming back?
Yeah, he's a pretty iconic figure, so it can't hurt.
Has
Can tell 'em what
driven
not to
in
do.
a couple.
If you haven't gone back and
She was
watched
the final
Bosworth's
out of
video on
last
the
year's
football field,
championship series for Texas.
you're missing out. Oh,
Looking to deliver Caden Henry.
2
from
out.
second
What do we got?
base to
Round
walk it
first,
off.
round second. 2 out. 10-3. Texas looking to close this out with 1 batter. Stewart's
Now
not the
0-2.
girl.
Was able
She
to
took.
hold up. The runners will advance.
Jesse, do you think she took?
Advance to third base.
That's heads up by Henry, getting a good jump, seeing this ball down in the dirt. She just keeps
she
going,
checked
never
it.
turns her hips. And Scott did not get the good jump, so she stays at first.
So now the game winner 60 feet away.
Very smart base
Scott
running,
will
brother.
take second uncontested.
Yeah, these girls take it serious.
Again, my second number 2 all-time favorite sport to watch in collegiate sports,
2-2
right here.
Stewart. Struck her out.
Oh my God, she swung with that.
K's with the game on the line. And we are headed to the 7th inning.
Jesse, do you honestly believe that Tech can overcome this deficit?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a lot of runs. I mean, they did keep them from embarrassing them completely and just run rule them. So
Yeah, they held on really well there.
They're not going to lose by. They're not going to lose by more than 7 runs.
You mind if I call out Crystal here, what she said here? You mind if I read it out?
Yeah,
I'm a huge college football fan and can't wait to see the Boss back on the OU sidelines. Crystal, I am all with it. I was born in 1979. First years I remember watching college football with Oklahoma was Bosworth. And going back and watching his videos on YouTube and what he did, you can't do it anymore, obviously, because there's rules to protect people, the soft, spined individuals.
Mike Gundy sold him out.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm glad to see Boz back on the field, brother. I honestly am. He's a Oklahoma legend. And if any of the linebackers at Oklahoma can do 3/4 of what that man does, we'll be all right.
Crystal Lopez says, hey, I got to give credit to Tech. They fought to keep battling through this game. None in this chat thought we'd still be here 2 meetings ago. Now, I was about to shut it down. I ain't going to lie to you.
No, I ain't got to give it to him, brother.
I was going to stick around and just see if Texas won their first title, and they still haven't won their first title.
Yeah, well,
they're close, but they still ain't done it yet.
I don't know how much credit should be given to Tech. They obviously should have started a different pitcher and then brought in and or closed with Kennedy.
Well, this girl that's pitching now is doing a good job. They should have started her.
Again, yeah, and you're right. They should have started a different pitcher and then came in with Kennedy, because Kennedy she wasn't on from the very first pitch.
Now, they ate her up out the gate.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's not your night, and as a coach, you have to recognize that within the first 3 at-bats.
For Texas Tech.
Here we go.
Let's go, Texas Tech. Let's go. I can't believe I said that.
To the World
And
Series.
Texas finally get over that
Is
hump.
that wait about to end? Here goes Tegan Cavan.
That's right. I agree, Turd.
Innings of work at the World
Ferguson.
Series without
Texas
allowing an earned
sucks
run.
even when they're champions.
And she will try and end it against 8-9.
I'm okay with that statement. I like it.
Garcia.
Nothing that sucks worse than a Texas national title.
Outlaw. Oklahoma at Alabama next year.
As a pinch runner in the UCLA game earlier.
I'm
in this World
excited.
Series.
That's this year.
And we got Michigan this year.
Cavan
I
going
gotta go
upstairs.
to Michigan, don't you?
Good rise balls on the outer half.
We're going to put the smack down on those little big lake. I don't know what I can say there, but,
Cavan,
you know.
3 strikeouts on the night, 2 of
Paddle
those
puff.
in the last inning.
Here we go. Come on. Let me just get over with.
Why'd you run? You're out of the foul ball.
Texas trying to choke it away. Texas trying to choke it away.
Pitcher's going to go back inside and then outside down, and it's going to be an over bat. She's going to, like, ground out to second base when this is done.
100th pitch of the evening for Tegan.
Watch. She's going to go same spot as last time.
Base
Same
hit
spot.
Garcia.
Wow, she got it.
Here we go. All you need is a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
6th of the night for Tech.
Oh, my God.
1-2 pitch.
Yeah.
It's a little bit too
There you
close.
go.
A little bit too hittable.
I'm going to have to come to your house and drink some of that shine. You got my mouth watering.
Too.
Hey, man, I got a guy.
Getting it done. Here's Bailey.
I got
Lindemann
some
for the
watermelon
9th
shine
spot,
coming
and
next
that's the
week.
Top of the order for the 4th time to see Cavan.
And speaking of, brother, I'm going bow fishing for catfish this month.
The most improbable of runs for the 12
That should be
seed.
fun.
Absolutely. You need to come to Oklahoma to do some catfishing.
That's right.
They
You have to
upset
show me how
Florida
I'm-
State in
I
the
haven't fished
Supers.
so long I probably forgot.
Beat
Show you what
UCLA
Newland
and
is about.
Oklahoma here in the build-up to the finals. A win against Texas last night. Only fitting that they're putting up this kind of fight late. And now a 1-2 count for Cavan.
How do you get some love there, brother?
That's right.
Lindemuth drives one, and Stewart on the go, hangs on as she slams.
Did
into
she
the
catch
side
that?
wall.
Yes, you did.
An effort by Katie Stewart.
Texas Tech.
Full speed.
I wanted to
into
win.
the
I
wall.
thought
mean,
they
she
could
didn't slow the
win.
pitch. She knew it was
I was
coming,
wrong.
too. 'Cause her hands
I
were
was
in the
wrong
air. She reached it. It
100%.
was exactly where this wall
Not
is.
yet.
Slams into
will be in 2 outs.
Understanding there's a runner at first, but this is contact straight in. Katie
Hey, Outlaw,
big first
this
out of
is
the
Baby. She's 15 years old. Rotten, mean, and bitter.
And Mitchell tosses to no one, and it goes out into right field.
Well.
Tech has runners out.
I still don't see Tech catching up, but if Texas wants to mess up like this,
Damn. Texas? Damn,
if we get another game out of this,
pulled so much
Come
towards
on,
second
Texas,
base,
y'all
even hops
clean it
towards
up,
second base, so
man.
she's nowhere near first base to
You
be
know
able to
what
make
that's
this
like in
play.
football?
This
Be
is
down like
communication,
down
but also for
down
Joey
17
Mitchell to be able to
yeah,
say that
yeah.
they're nowhere near.
Sarkeesian knows what it means.
Tosses it to no one.
She needs to know where her teammate is. If they're up the
Sark
middle.
is far too
And it is loud here, but that's
regular.
where you
He knows what's up.
5 hits in the last 10 at
He's like, I've been there.
This Texas Tech offense that just will not go away.
A single and an E3.
What was said, this game should have been over 1 inning ago.
Haley Tony with a chance to chip away. A 2-run single her last time up.
Is it me or is Tony's front foot outside that line or is she just on it?
You know, you don't see a lot of the gap shots.
Because it's an illegal swing if she starts outside that line.
On defense.
Chaos. They create chaos.
Now she's right on it.
60 home runs on the year. That's it. They know how to manufacture runs.
The only one to have a home run here at the World Series up to bat right now.
Little league player. Look at her hand. You see big knuckle, little knuckle? That's why she's not a good hitter.
In for a strike from Kavan.
Little knuckle. Keeps the fast hands. That big elbow creates a hole in your swing. Creates pop flies like that.
For a base hit, and they're going to throw out the base runner Davis at third. And now are they calling obstruction?
What the shit?
A run does score for Texas
Obstruction.
Tech.
She's out.
Obstruction.
No. Bad call.
Obstruction, man.
That's a call to keep the game going, to create more advertising. Bad call. Bad call.
Make the throw over. Davis trying to get to third.
Her legs are in between the bag, not over the bag. That's not obstruction. That's an out.
To me, that is an out.
Obstruction.
You know better than that, Jesse.
There's an umpire.
Neither one of her feet are in front of the bag. That's an out. That's an out. If it's not called an out, you know that the NCAA is attempting to make this game go longer for more money through advertising.
Right here, obstruction.
All about the money nowadays. Remember that, Jeff.
Let's bring in Christy Cornwell, our rules analyst.
So we're able to go to review on this under the uncovered play situation. The fly ball drew the base umpire out into the outfield, and the plate umpire was still at the plate. So they're going to look at all elements of this play, including obstruction and whether or not we had a tag prior to the runner getting to the base.
So what are you seeing on the replay, Christy?
I think it's going to be really close. It looks like we
Jesse,
might have an
that's
out
not
just before her
obstruction.
fingertips touch the base.
So you don't see
No
obstruction.
obstruction, right?
Well, it depends on how they rule that left foot. She's straddling the base, and the runner has a clear path to the leading edge, but that left foot is in front of the plane of glass. I don't think we should rule obstruction in this case.
Obstruction.
I think this is a rule that the rules committee will go back and
It's
reword.
obstruction, man.
Yeah, she's not blocking any path to the base there, and I think the tag was.
If it's obstruction, I'll
just
send you
before the
$5 right
Phoenix
now.
reached third. This would be the second out if they reverse it.
It looked like it got the forearm, but even before the chest.
Remember, once she gets the ball, she can do whatever she wants. So she has the ball there. So even her lean towards the runner, if she's blocking anything, once she has the ball, she can go after that runner.
There has already been an obstruction rule back on Wednesday in game 1 that went in
Regardless
Texas
of
Tech's
the
favor
approach or not, that
on a
run
play
still
out at
counts.
second base.
It's an out.
I don't understand why this would take that
The
long.
run's still going to count, though. I think.
No, it won't, because the out happened before
Call was safe
the
at
runner
first.
crossed home plate.
They would need
Third
the
out,
evidence to overturn it.
runner
for the
didn't
second out of
cross
the inning.
home, inning over.
This should just be the second out.
After review, the changes. The call is.
You're right, second out. Out. Like I said, out.
And this is
Not like your other guess. I know what I'm talking about.
Because they think she's going to catch it, and this is not
I think it's
obstruction. They do the
thrown
right
to
thing
Kilbreen.
here. Mia Scott straddling the bag. Good call by the umpires to call for that review.
That is the right. So now Texas is 1 out away from winning it all. Here's Lauren Allred. Up and in at her.
She tried to put that in her
Tech has
ear.
already tonight fought off a run rule with a 3-run third inning, and they have denied Texas a couple of chances to walk it off in the bottom of the 5th and 6th. Ground ball, backhanded by Good, over to first. And you can light up the UT.
That's it, brother. It's over. That's it.
I changed the name before you left.
Home to Austin.
Changed the name down at the bottom of the screen.
The big 4, and they are free.
I changed the name. I changed the name at the bottom of your screen. You see what I
You
changed
changed
the name
my
to?
name or the name?
I changed your name. Look at on your icon at the bottom. See it?
I'm not seeing my name.
I changed your name to Obstruction Man.
Obstruction, man.
On their
You didn't give it
try
an
at
obstruction
the
call,
World
man.
Series, Texas has a
you
title.
know.
You threw Texas
And on
Tech.
his 8th try, Mike White has a
It's all your
championship.
fault, man.
That was a good game. I don't care when it ended.
Win a title for the
Texas
first time in a
showed
decade.
that they were the team to get the job done. You have to give them credit. No matter how much we hate Texas or I hate Texas,
Some of their best pitching.
I got to give them props.
All I can say is
How about the
obstruction.
season for Megan Kennedy
Obstruction.
to even get them to this point? I know she's going to beat herself up for the 5
David
runs in that
always
first
says it
inning,
took
but
them
it's
8
really
times to do
been
it. They
about
finally
this
got it.
Texas team and their perseverance, their response.
It's just like drinking and driving. You can get away with it 7 or 8 times, but it only takes 1 time for it to happen right good for you.
And let's go down onto the field with Holly Rowe.
You got to love it, though. I mean, Texas Tech gave this game away.
Having your back in that moment.
It means the world. I'm so happy for this team. We did
From
it.
game
Let's
1, first
go to my
inning.
grandma. The last thing she told my brother, one of the last things was to bring home a victory. We did that for her.
It's really so precious. You've had to fight through a lot of emotions this week. How did you find the best version of yourself tonight?
They're my teammates. It's all of them.
I know that this was a hard season for you. Late in the season, you were struggling. What changed with you and this group to get this first championship in school history?
I think to just not forget who we are. Not forget who we are at the end of the day. We're Texas. We're going to fight. We know who we are, and we can get the job done.
There's been a lot of incredible pitchers in the Texas lineage. Kat Osterman, Blair Luna, it's you that finally gets it. What does that mean to you and to them?
It means the world to get it done for the university and for the state and for all my teammates and coaches, but they paved the way, so it's all started with them.
Thank you so much, Tegan.
Thank you. Let's go!
All the runs unearned, by the way, tonight. So for this year's Capital One Tournament Most Outstanding Player, 31 2/3 innings without giving up an earned run in Oklahoma City.
Kevin Harris going to
Tegan Kavan just so good in the circle, just so stellar and stoic. Wasn't always
good deals
a
and
strikeout, using
boats
that
and
defense,
whatnot.
which at times
the boat salesman.
stubbed their
Did y'all
toe a
go
bit,
check
but getting
Kevin
it
Harris
done when they
out
needed
on,
to. And Tegan
Heinz
Kavan and
57A
Reese Atwood,
on
one of the
YouTube?
best batteries in Division I softball, winning their first national championship for for the University of Texas.
And what I loved about Kavan is how much she adapts her game. You know, not going for the swing and miss, but understanding that she could still win games by pitching to contact. She did that here in Oklahoma City. Ultimately, it's what got her the win. And how about Mia Scott? Have yourself a career. She did that, capitalized with a grand slam in this one.
Jolie Mitchell, who had 3 home runs here
Speaking of nerds, look
at
at
the
that
World
nerd.
Series.
Look on
Celebrating
that
with
face of mother
Leanne Good, a 3-run shot tonight for her. Everybody got in on it for the Longhorns. And for Mike White, that national championship smile. Record-setting season for Texas Tech. And a season of firsts will carry them into next year with Nigeri Kennedy set to return to Lubbock. But the night belongs to the Horns. They've hooked themselves a national championship trophy. And down to Holly with Coach Mike White.
Well, Coach Mike White just said all good things are worth waiting for. And Coach, you have waited a long time. You've been in this game your whole life to hold this trophy. What is this moment like for you? How to wrap yourself around it?
I'm not sure yet. It's surreal. It's like I can't believe it's happened. And Coach Glasgow, what he's done over there with his team is amazing. And for us to come out on top tonight, we're so close to like being knocked out. I mean, I'm speechless actually, to tell you the truth. It doesn't happen very often, but I'm just so proud of our ladies.
Your team has come close so many times. This Texas team has been knocking on the door. What was special about this team that they're the ones that finally broke through?
You know, they just refused to give in. We were down to our second or third, nobody out against Clemson, and we found a way to get out of it. We found a way to battle back, and we came out here with a fresh approach, and we just took it to people.
All right, well, that was old Mike White, the head coach of the Oklahoma softball team. They finally got him a national championship. Like David already said, it's about time. 8 tries, and they finally got the job done. Also, like I said earlier, tonight's guest was Hines 57A. He has his own channel, his own YouTube channel. Y'all can get in touch with him on there. He sells boats, and I can't really elaborate on it. He can elaborate on it better probably if you just get in touch with him. He can, if you're in Oklahoma, he can cut you a pretty good deal on a boat. And even if you're not in Oklahoma, he said he can bring the boats to y'all. So, yeah. Let's see who Crystal Lopez is out. She said, hey, y'all have a great night. Yep, y'all have a great night. And like I said, before y'all get out of here, smash that like button, the subscribe button. That really helps the channel out. And if you want to do a little something extra, you can join the Outlaw Posse like Fred Bagley and Killer Breeze and Hines 57. It's just $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. You get a badge and you get deputized. You get a random 4 horseman shout out as well as possibly the comment of the day. With that, I'm out of here. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now dismissed.